Welcome. Good evening. Hello. And greetings and salutations. All right, so let's see here. All right. Yes. Perfect. The live stream is in fact working. So let's come back here. And I see Kent. What up, Kent? He says, "Good evening, Dash. How you doing this evening, sir?" All right. So let me get the link and we will copy that, copy that, copy that. Have the link and we'll paste that into the chat. So if anyone would like to join us, me, so far, me. What up? Kenny, how you doing this evening? It's good seeing you this past weekend rather. And if you can't join us but have a barbecue question, feel free to leave the barbecue question in the chat. And what my hope, what my aim, what my goal is with this is to try to, I'm gonna say, take it from just being me talking to you guys having some involvement as well. What the hell is in my not one, but two sets of headphones in my pockets. I'm like, why is my pocket like what is in my pocket? And then there's always brass in my pocket. I went to the range earlier today, so I feel like I can always feel the brass in my pockets. Anyway, how you guys doing? So let's see here. Rolling Smoke, he said, "What's up?" Kenny says, "Yo, Jimmy, what up, Uncle Jimmy?" He says, "What's up? How you doing this evening, sir?" Roger Dodger, he said, "Wasabi." Knowing him, he's a little more subdued. He's like wasabi. He's like cool though. George, what up? What up, man? George is out in Vegas checking in. My man, good time seeing you. Had the ride in the backseat home. He said I was done. So I want to say if you did not, I don't know if I talked about it very much here, but I have a I I've been I'm say going to, but once you go to one of these things, they invite you to all the other ones. So it was a bourbon, beer, and barbecue festival, and it's a buy your ticket and you can try all that you care to you can taste all that you care to taste event. And I went like, I won't say balled out, but we were talking about it a few weeks ago here, and what I ended up doing was I bought a 2-day pass. So we went on Friday night as well as we went on Saturday, and it was an absolute ball. It was a ball. I didn't go crazy. No, I'm trying to see if this was supposed to go to my Instagram as well. But what up, George? How you doing, man? Turn your phone sideways. Let's see if it reconnects. Try the other way, and then you're muted. Oh, one more. I don't know. All right, now you're unmuted. I can hear you. How
What
you
up,
doing?
my boy?
I'm chilling. How you doing?
We still got the trucks.
Oh, that's what's up.
You tell all your haters this.
Hate hate on it, ho. Oh,
Yeah,
hate.
hate on it.
That's what's
I'm,
up, man.
I'm, I'm, I'm watching your video. You're live. I'm
Yeah.
drinking a beer.
All right. Well, are you sitting in the driveway? Hopefully, you're not anywhere else.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let's take that off.
All right.
We're in the
You
driveway.
get in the okay. I'm about to say get in the passenger seat or something, so in case anybody roll through, you don't want no smoke, man.
Yep.
Mm. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, thanks for joining me. I know I don't think we've maybe talked. We've done this once, maybe twice before. But so George has been watching my channel, not for the barbecue, But when I started building that trailer, that red trailer that I have, and he has been following along ever since I built that trailer, and has kind of taken it to get some trailers and flip some trailers and do some things with trailers too. So salute to George out there in Vegas. Let's see, George, did we lose you or did I lose the whole stream? Which way is it? All right, my stream is still rolling, so I might have lost George. I'm a boot George and see if he comes back. Let's see. We're going to. Yep. All right. I think I lost George. So let's see. Roger's high vision, high vis blur. Oh, sorry, sorry. Airplane mode. He says, "What up, big dog? How you doing?" Oh man. Let's paste this. Quint. What up, man? How you doing? He says, "My lord, everyone." Oh wait, hello, everyone. How do I tried to. Okay, let's see. I'm going to. This is there. We're gonna edit this maybe. Instagram. No. So this is only a premium thing. They kind of I'm say duped me, but when I was setting this up this evening, they were like, "Oh hey, you can stream to other platforms, right?" So I was trying to stream it to Instagram as well, but of course it's like you can only stream if you pay for that upgrade. Yeah. Sean, how you doing this evening? He said, "What up? What up? What up?" So Sean, I'll say I give you a sneak peek, but Sean, I have the other channel, and there's some other folks who know I have another channel, and it is a Pew Pew channel. Well, today, Sean, I took all of my canics and took them all to the range, and let me just say, there were 20. There were 20 that I shot. Technically, there were 20. There was really only 19, but I took the slide off of one and put it on the grip of another, and then was able to put the two together, and that made the 20th pistol. So let's see here. Hello,
What's up, big dog?
I'm chilling, man. How you doing? Airplane mode. What's your name and where you checking in from?
I'm DJ, man. DJ, man.
DJ.
Latonia, Georgia, man.
All right. Well, that's what's
I've
up. Well,
been following you
I
for a
will.
minute, man. Yeah, man.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Well, DJ, I won't say you have a question, a barbecue question, or something like that.
I do,
Shoot.
man.
All right, hit me up. Hit me.
Man, I got a competition coming up, man. In June.
All
It's
right.
not a sanction or anything, but it's kind of big. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be about 50, 55 of us. Uh, and last year, man, I'm doing a brisket too, right? So
Okay.
this is my dilemma, man. So you can cook you can cook the brisket before you get there, right?
Okay.
So, but I gotta travel, you know what I'm saying? So obviously I gotta refrigerate it.
Yep.
So heating it back up, I figure, hey man, I'll just heat it back up on my cooker.
Yeah.
What did I do? I vacuum sealed it, put it in a pan of water, and just threw it in my cooker while I cooked my other ribs and chicken and stuff. And I was like, all right, it'll be cool. But what it did end up steaming some of my other ribs and stuff, kind of messed up my whole barbecue experience, man.
Okay.
So yeah, my question to you, and I know how to cook. I got fifth place the year before in ribs. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Man, this time they hated them. So I was like, oh hell no, I ain't doing that again. So how would you go about reheating that brisket, man? Would you
So,
slice it and then seal it, or how would you warm it up? What would you do, big dog?
all right. So, let me just wrap my head around what the total situation is. What kind of
Yeah,
smoker are you using? Like is a wood burning smoker or a propane or
I use
electric?
both.
What?
So, yeah, my smoker, man. I got a side by side, so I got a
Okay.
48 inch, and then a 72 inch, and then I got a Weber. I got a 26 Weber that I got on the side, so I do like my chicken wings and stuff. You know what I'm
So,
saying?
is it a Lang that you're cooking on? You said a 48 and a 70.
It's not a line you probably never heard of. It's called Assassin Smokers. This is dude
I
that
have
making
heard of
Georgia.
Assassins. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Dude that
Assassin
making Georgia.
Pits. Assassin
Exactly.
Pits.
Assassin
Yeah.
Smokers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
it's smoker slash grill. So I use charcoal and wood. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right. So
I
I'm
like
just
it.
so it's an offset, right?
And it's not offset, but it's not direct. It's a steel pan covering the charcoal and the wood, so it's
Okay.
indirect. It's still indirect.
All right. So I'm just really trying to understand what your heat source is and how things are rolling and stuff like that before I say this is what I would suggest, right? So if you have your brisket already done, because I'm
So,
guessing that you only have, let's say, 4 hours, 5 hours to cook, right?
exactly. They give you the ribs about 9 o'clock that morning. They expect you pull a number, and they want you to be done in between somewhere around 2 4. But the brisket people, they come around 2 on their own, so they might come around 2 to 3 o'clock. You just never know.
Okay.
But around
All
that
right.
time, so you can be ready around 2 or 3 o'clock.
All right. So if you already cooked the brisket and you have it refrigerated, right?
Yeah.
So my recommendation is I wouldn't necessarily vacuum seal it. What I
Uh-huh.
would do is take all of the juices and everything else like that out of, like, if you're
Yeah.
cooking it in the like a foil pan, like you've seen me do in a foil pan,
Yep.
I
Yep.
remove all of the juices, okay,
Yep.
and keep them separate, and then have that brisket in the pan just by itself, and then
Okay.
put that brisket in the pan and wrap it with foil, and then once you start warming it up, introduce those juices back into the pan, but you got to warm up the juices separately, or the whole thing is the pan won't heat up until the juices heat up, and then that won't your brisket won't continue to cook. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I kind of did that a little bit, but it kind of crushed my juices. You know what I'm saying?
So, but then you were talking about your ribs. You said your ribs were steamed. Did
Yeah,
you
because
have
I
the
had the
pan?
water. Yeah, with the water
Where'd
in it. Yeah.
you had water in the cooker or in the
Yeah,
from the pan from the
I had the brisket, the sealed brisket, the pan with water. I was kind
okay.
of like sous vide. I don't know how to say that word.
Oh
Sous
yeah,
vide.
sous vide, sous vide, sous vide.
I was trying to sous
So
vide.
all right,
Yeah,
so you had water in the pan that you were heating the brisket that was vacuum sealed up in.
exactly. I still had it in the
All
vacuum
right.
seal.
So as opposed to putting it in a vacuum seal bag, close the brisket up so that it's steaming and cooking itself. And it's
Okay.
not adding the extra moisture to your cook chamber.
Okay.
Because if you're not, I'm gonna say used to how or if your cook is not set up, or your seasonings or everything else is not set up for that steam, it's
It's
gonna throw
not.
things off.
And
It's gonna throw
I've
things
never
off.
done steam. Yeah, I've never done steam.
See, and
That
I
was the
always
first
cook
time.
with water in my cookers.
You do.
So
I know.
I know how to, I'm gonna say I know how to prepare for it. I know what to expect.
I got you.
And if you're not used to it, like sweating a little bit more or all of those other things, but the main thing, the main takeaway is to wrap that brisket up in foil and keep all that moisture in that foil pan.
I'm gonna try that.
Yes. Or and then what you might want to do also is do a little like a preliminary cook. Do it with some like chuck roast or something like that, something inexpensive, where you
Yeah.
can like put some beef broth in there or something like that to kind of give it some extra liquid, and then cover that in foil and just see how it turns out. But like finish the chuck, and then chill it, and then reheat it in a foil pan, like a half foil pan, like I
Yeah.
got a full size foil pan within arm's reach. I feel like they're they're always around me.
I got
Um,
the same.
but
Yeah.
the main thing is just cover that whole thing tightly in
All right.
foil. And then if you get to the point where it's warmed up and you want to dry out the exterior a little bit, take it out of the pan and just let it sit on the cooker for a little while to help firm up that bark. Not everybody likes a soft bark. I like a soft bark like I like a soft baked cookie. So,
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not pressed
Uh,
on the hard bark, man. I got sensitive teeth, dog. I'm not trying to
I like it both ways, but I feel you though. I feel you, man. And it
uh
ain't up to the judges, but I appreciate it though, man.
yeah, no problem, DJ. You take great care, and good luck, all right?
Hey man, I
Um
appreciate
uh,
it. Thank you, dog.
no problem. All right. If you want to stick around, you can stick around. Let's see.
I'm gonna go
Uh
back to the two. I'm gonna go back to the other
all
one.
right, man. Well, I appreciate you definitely checking in. Definitely. Thank you again.
Appreciate it, big dog.
All right, man. Be easy.
Yep.
Susie. Hey, Susie. She says, "Hi, Dash. Hi, everybody. Hey, Susie." Judge Webb. I know I saw Judge Webb, and I think I popped his little thing there up on the screen. But Susie says, "Great question, by the way. Yes, indeed. Thank you, DJ. Uh, Gustavas says, "Hey, how are you? I'm good. How you doing? How you doing?" In my Joey Fatone voice. Says he never did a brisket. Why not, man? I'm telling you, brisket is one of those things where it is intimidating until you get it done, until you do it. And I'm not even gonna lie and tell you that it's until you do it. It's intimidating until you do it correctly. Because I'm telling you now, you're gonna mess up brisket. Just know that you're gonna mess up brisket. Uh Gustavus. Is it Gustavo? How do I say that? Gustavo? I want to say your name properly, Mr. Bonner. He says he's blessed. That's what's up. Yeah, can you phonetically spell that out for the English speaker in me that can, speak in other accents if possible or if necessary? So it looks like it's probably Gustavo, probably. But Gus, all right. I'm easy. Hopefully I didn't butcher it too many times trying to get it. All right. Well, listen, if you have a question and or want to join me in helping answer a question, all you have to do is search back in the chat and hit that link. And just like DJ did, all you have to do is follow along, enter in your information, and you could join me on the stage, if you will. Um, so, but how is everybody doing? Quint is here. Let's see. Susie is here. Susie probably will join me a little later. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Jimmy, what you up to, man? Come on, Jimmy. Get your cup ready. Mm, let's see here. Checking on a little thing running in the corner. All right, we still got progress on that. I got a new hard drive, and I was running out of space. I think I talked about it, maybe talked about it on my last live stream. Um, I'm running out of space here, and I bought a new hard drive. So hold on, let's see. Look who we have here. What up? It's Uncle Jimmy. What up, Uncle Jimmy? How you doing, man?
We're here. We're here.
How are
We
you?
good.
How are you feeling? How you living? How you looking good, dog?
We doing this may be my last Wednesday for a little bit, but
All right.
hey, Q and I,
Uh oh.
we got it
Oh
set.
oh
We got it
oh.
set.
Look,
So,
I sent Q the link earlier, and guess who just popped up? Guess who
it's
just popped
time.
up? It's
It's
time.
time.
Look. I purposely didn't start drinking anything tonight because I said I didn't know what direction we were going in.
Yeah, that's
So
what we said last week. We said
he
last
said, "Hey,
week.
Susie and everyone." Oh, look, he says, "Oh, Jimmy got the goods."
And Quentin said, I got you last week. So,
Uh-huh.
all right, you got
Let's
it.
see. My
Let's see
homie
where it is.
Taj from the lane, the kid Taj from the lane. So this is my big homie from back home. So Taj says, "What's the craziest thing you've ever smoked?" For me, I want to say I don't do any real crazy stuff. I mean, I smoke lamb. I want to say all the time, but lamb is one of those things that not very many people cook. So I'll say that's kind of crazy. Um, I have smoked. I smoked a duck. It didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to, and I did smoke a whole hog. I've never posted that. I won't say posted that video, but I just the first time I cook something or try something, I don't do a video on it on purpose. I won't say in case, but there are other times as a general rule, the first time I don't post a video. But there are other times when, of course, I'm making the reels in real life or something else I'm cooking or trying, or I just like have an idea. I'll cook it just to see what happens. But that brisket that I cooked from frozen was one of those weird ones. I took a brisket and I seasoned it, vacuum sealed it, froze it, and then pulled it out of the freezer. I don't know how many months later it was, and it was not all that good. So, what about you, Jimmy? Anything crazy?
Oh man. Listen, I had a troop, I think is the correct term, of raccoons tearing a deer feeder up this year. And so
Really?
I put a live trap out on my food plot, and I found someone who I work with who said, "Bring those raccoons to me, man. I'll eat them. I'll eat them." So I caught like 7 out
What
of out of that, and every one
did
of
you?
them I took them to her, and I've got some video she sent me of her cleaning a raccoon, and this girl
You
ate.
see my
She
what?
ate, and her family ate raccoons.
Uh,
And she
well,
kept saying, "You need to save one. You need to save one." And I have yet to do it, but I have threatened I would smoke a raccoon for her. And and when we get all
look,
this over
I
with,
only I only want one part.
oh, I listen. I have saved the baculum,
Okay.
the baculum
Okay.
from every male raccoon. I've got like 5
Oh
other than
man.
one. Now, I know you have one. I know
Mm,
you have one.
I do.
You do. You do. That christened you
Oh yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that I think I had 2 before I saved the 5 that I've gotten out of
Oh
that.
my
5 of
God.
them were like males, and it
Wow.
was just
Oh,
one of
that's
those
too
things.
funny.
Yeah.
All right, so let me catch up in the comments. So Susie reminded me that I smoked eel. I wasn't really that really wasn't too crazy, but it is different. So let's see. Susie says, Jimmy, yay, you're going to be missed, Jimmy. We'll always be thinking of you. Indeed. Steven is here. He says, hey, yo, Dash, brother, Jimmy, and family, good evening. Yes, and here's where I saw Susie said I did eel. That wasn't that crazy. It was just different, I guess. Come on. All right, so let's see. Oh boy. So Tosh says I'm bringing you a veal tenderloin. So here's the thing. Smoking a veal tenderloin is not necessarily, I won't say the best thing, but because there's not very much fat, it'll dry out before it really cooks well. So, like a lot of times you'll see people cook veal like really quickly because you need a hot heat to kind of just sear the outside more or less, or kind of, I don't say bake it, but we can definitely look into it. And I won't say just don't be disappointed if it doesn't turn out like a steak, like a ribeye. Let's put it that way, because they're two different muscles of locomotion, and one works harder than the other, and they don't necessarily, just because you can smoke something doesn't mean you should. So yeah. Let's see. Quint says Thyron and I were going to cook a whole hog, but haven't done it yet. Of course, he's big time now, Iowa. I know. Oh man, dude, when you say Thyron, how many people here do not know who Thyron is? Just put it, a, I won't say a show of hands, but just type the letter I down below and say I don't, or just I, if you don't know who um who Thyron is, and we'll get back to that. So Claude says, how does your cabinet smoker compare to your old offset smoker, vertical smoker? Is the smoke profile there? Yes, Claude. I know Claude is a trucker. He lives north of me. So Claude said he doesn't. Tosh says he doesn't. Do you know who Thyron is? You know who Thyron is, Jimmy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I got it.
Roger says, thanks for the invite to the range. Roger, I left my house at 2:30. I was at the range at 3. I left at 3:55. So I wasn't there long, and I had to get in and out basically because I had to go pick up taste tester number 3. So, and I know that you probably were working, but I mean, if you're going to be in this area for a while, we can definitely set something up. All right. So Claude said he doesn't. Tosh says he doesn't, and Susie says she doesn't. So there was a little show on Netflix called, like, what was it called? The hold on, now I gotta look it up. It was like the America's. What was the damn show called? Hold on, Jimmy. Do you remember what the barbecue show was called? Was it like Barbecue Battle or American Barbecue something?
I don't.
Hold on, I'm trying to look it up real quick. If I could, here's a search. Barbecue. Was it Barbecue Showdown? I guess it was Barbecue Showdown. Yes, Barbecue Showdown. So
like
the first season of Barbecue Showdown, Fyron was the person who won that season. The first season of Barbecue Showdown. And so I won't say I liken this, but I don't say I always talk about it. But no. He didn't win the first season. He won the second season. I think he was on the second season. Now I have to confirm.
Been hit and miss.
You what now?
I've been hit and miss on both seasons. I didn't watch either all the way through.
So I'm trying to get to where it is. No. Okay, seasons. So let's do season 2. I'm pretty sure it was. I thought it was second season. Hold on, let me. Yeah, he was on the second season though. So this is Thyron. He a big boy, out of Iowa.
How's it going,
and
CT?
Well, it's been defeating.
So
having this happen.
Yeah.
But he won the second season. That's Thyron. So the first season was won by a lady who was in California. And I can't remember her name. But she was. Oh man, I got some funny stories about these people. So I used to watch her channel right on YouTube, and she had like no following. And I remember commenting on her video, like being a genuine fan because she was cooking and stuff like this. And she did competitions in California, and she like hated on my video, like hated on my cooking setup, and hated on this and hated on that. And I was like, damn, here I looked up to you, and you was just mad. And I was like, well, and it was one of those things where it was a backhanded, like she didn't say you're the one, but it was like I done seen some other people on YouTube and they doing this and they doing that and they cooking in their garages and they cooking it. Oh, who else cooks in their garage but me? Like I'm the only one. I mean, especially at the time. So I was kind of like taken aback, and I was like, damn, well, all right, well, why can't I think of that lady's name? But it'll come to me like randomly. And then Thyron won the second season. That second season was the one, and I've talked about it before, where they contacted me about going to do it. And I got to the point where I had to cook one-on-one for someone. Like, and mind you, this is during COVID too. So I had to, like, I sent in a lot of pictures and videos and links to my videos on YouTube, and then I had a like a Zoom meeting where I did a cook for a producer, and I'm at home in my kitchen preparing this this meal, or preparing like I did some lamb, and I made this whole Mediterranean thing. I actually filmed it, but obviously that didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything with that footage. But so yeah. All right, so let's try to catch up on the comments again. Orange Julius says, hello guys, I'm new to smoking brisket. I'm cooking on a pit barrel cooker. This will be my second brisket. My first was a success, but it wasn't a smoke ring, and the bark wasn't great. So don't get hung up on smoke rings. Smoke ring is, I'm gonna say, they can be artificially done. But the reason you probably didn't get a smoke ring is because your brisket wasn't cold enough when you started cooking. One of the things, or the reasons behind the smoke ring, is the temperature differential between the outside of your brisket and the inside of your brisket. If your brisket is cold when you start, your smoke ring will be greater. Jimmy's geeking over there.
Nope, you're right. You exactly right. I have noticed the colder I start off with a brisket, the more smoke ring I'm gonna get. Absolutely.
It is a byproduct of the Maillard reaction, where the outside temperature has to meet the inside temperature. And the whole thing is, if you think about it like this, Cooking on a big piece of meat happens from the outside in. And once the outside temperature and the
Yep.
inside temperature reach an equilibrium, and then the whole piece of meat starts to come up to temperature or starts to get warm, that is where that smoke ring stops. So if you have all these people that are like, oh, I'm going to take my brisket and I'm going to let it sit out on the counter for an hour or two so it gets up to room temperature,
No
that
smoker.
is no, that is detrimental. This is one of those things where people, because they say it on the internet, they feel it's true. And I know I am, let me step off my soapbox here, because there are so many things that irk me to my core about people who, or things that people do online, and the people who are watching are blindly following. And my voice is only so big, and my voice only carries so much. I'm a big boisterous voice, but I can't be the only one to say you're doing it wrong and here's why. All right, like I used to sometimes be like, you're wrong, and that was it. But now what I've realized over time is you have to give people the why. And I'm gonna give all credit due to my wife. My wife is a scientist by trade. Okay, and if you don't tell her the why, she will never listen to anything you have to say. And
Yep.
those of us who've been married for a while know that typically that's how it is when dealing with women. You have to tell them the why. Sometimes, and I'm sure there has been a time when you're like, I can't give you a why. I just know, or I've seen, or I have experience. This is how this thing works through experience. And there is no why to say, when I turn left and I turn left and I turn left, it is the same as going right, right? There are some times where you can make sense out of something, and it will be the, oh, here's the here light bulb moment. But there are other times when things just come to you, or things just are gleaned, if you will, and you learn through experience. And my experience has told me that cooking a brisket from cold is the best way to get a good smoke ring on a brisket. And I've tested it. And it's like, oh, and how people get around cooking or getting a decent smoke ring on brisket without cooking it cold is they use celery seed. Celery seed has nitrates in it, and the nitrates give you that pink color, and that pink color is the same thing that they use in curing bacon and other things like that. That gives you the pink curing salt. Those are nitrates. So that's how they get the smoke ring there. All right. So hopefully, Orange Julius, that helped. And I say all of that to say, one, that is a soapbox, pet peeve, inducing rant. But start your brisket colder. So take the brisket immediately out of the refrigerator, season it, trim it, season it, and then put it back into the refrigerator, maybe, and then cook it. Now it'll definitely slow down your cook, quite possibly, but and then also try to keep your temperature lower. Like, try to cook at like 250 degrees or lower, and that will help your the time where that equilibrium happens and that smoke ring stops. That'll help increase that. So let me actually go back to Claude real quick, because I don't know if I answered this. How does the cabinet smoker compare to your old offset vertical smoker? Is the smoke profile there? So yes, it is, Claude. It is definitely not as pronounced. Like, if you're looking at a smoke I don't say smoke profile, but the amount of smoke that I get from the cabinet, it could be like a 7.5 compared to like a 8.5 or a 9 with the wood burning smoker, or with the vertical smoker that does the charcoal and wood. It really isn't that far off, but I will trade off that 1 or 1.5 points of smoke flavor for the convenience and the ease of the cook. I won't say any day, but
And
almost any day.
and Dash, I have found something with and if you've seen any of my videos, a lot of times I use that pellet smoker
Mm-hmm.
to do. And I have found out I have gone back to more of an oak pellet than using
Mesquite or hickory.
you can go in that direction. with a pellet smoker instead of just using a fruit wood like you
Mm-hmm.
do with the stick burner,
Yeah.
because that will increase the amount of smoke flavor that you get with that pellet smoker. Where with the other, it may be too harsh to use with a stick burner.
Yeah, you know, that was I'm gonna say a byproduct, but something I found out when I was using the Traeger actually. My friend Roger, who was here on the live stream, he was the one that was he had enough of my briskets that he was able to discern when I cooked a brisket on the pellet cooker versus cooking a brisket in the vertical smoker. And he said it's just too much smoke for me and for his sister. He said it gave his sister indigestion. And now, of course, you know, I'm like, I have a tummy of a tank, right? And I don't nothing, I'm gonna say nothing bothers me, but it didn't bother me. But other people are more sensitive to that. And how do you cater to, you know, the majority of everyone? Me, so that leaned me into cooking more on the pellet cooker. Like when I have a small single brisket order, I'm cooking it on the pellet cooker, and I'm not going to fire up one of the wood burning smokers just because I can. Same thing with why haven't I cooked on the pellet cooker in a month? Because I don't have anything to cook. And people get upset with me, like, why aren't you using your big old cabinet cooker that you spent all this money on? Trust me, if I had something to cook on it, I would, but I don't. And it's like, I'm not going to trudge 250, 300 feet out of out of my house to walk down to the driveway to get the garage started, get the garage opened up in order for me to cook a single, like, 2 or 3 steaks that is just going to be for us for dinner. I'm like, that's not conducive. Like, why would I do that? I'd rather
Yeah.
sit on the side of the house and cook it with charcoal, and maybe I won't film a video of it. But I'm like, come on now. All right, so let me try to catch up. The comments. So airplane mode said he follows him and he was surprised he won. You know what? He was the best well-rounded cook out of all of them. He always did, a side. He did his protein and he did a dessert almost every single time he cooked. That was what, in my opinion, boosted him because it was the entire package. It wasn't just meat. Me, I think my problem definitely would have been, oh, you want a protein? I got you. My wife struggles every time when I'm cooking something. What's on the side? What's on the side? I can hear her. You know how you hear the little something on your shoulder? I start cooking and it's like, what's on the side? What's on the side? What's on the side? The meat is the side. It's like cut it into two. One is your main, one is your side. All right, that's the side. Get 2 pieces of steak. Get 2 pieces of chicken. There's your meat. There's your side. But not for her. Not for her. All right. So Quentin says Thyron lives an hour and a half away from him. That's what's up, man. Orange Julius said, butter was good and tender. I flipped my brisket the first time. Is it necessary to flip brisket? Does it affect the bark flipping the brisket? My brisket. So I've never flipped the brisket, but I also always cook my briskets fat side up. I know that is a big contentious, thing. Oh, if your heat source is coming from the bottom, then you have to put your fat in between the heat source and no, man. I'm just gonna cook with the fat up because I found that when I have the fat down, especially after I wrap my briskets, I put them in the foil pan, and that fat sits in that foil. Not enough of the fat renders away. That fat in the pan will help protect the bottom of your brisket that has no fat and is just the muscle versus the top of the brisket will with it being exposed, if you will help render more of that fat sometimes away. Yeah. uh let's see, any tips on smoking briskets? Take your time, be patient. Mike said Tina Cannon won season 1. Tina Cannon. Oh, so Tina was the one who won. The lady who I'm thinking of, the one that was giving me grief, her name was Sylvia, I think. She lived in California. She was like the second place or third place. She was like top 3. And so I think it was Sylvia. Yeah. All right, Buzz to Sylvia. That's the one I'm thinking of. Thank you. Um, Listen. Steven says smoke ring doesn't transform into flavor, but it looks good. That's exactly it, Steven. You can't taste the smoke ring. You can't taste the smoke ring. It really is. It really is just for looks. Buzzed said it's done. Turn back chilly here. Last weekend was nice. Supposed to be 80 again tomorrow. Pfft, yeah, I know. Jay, you can. I want to say you can't never. You can never tell what it's going to be when it comes to the weather in this area. Jay is hanging out in around DC. I was going to say in Maryland, but I can't remember if he's in Maryland or if he's in DC. But it's you can never tell. Like, yeah, springtime in Maryland is like third winter. It was like 45 degrees this morning, and it was chilly. I thought I was over all of the. I had on a hoodie this morning, but now I have on a long sleeve t-shirt. Fat and Happy, what up? What up? He says, "Hey, yo, Dash and Barbecue fam, we are." I'm like, I am excited. Fat and Happy is here doing the live stream, and then he will hopefully watch it again a little later. And he is definitely on the replay gang. So replay gang, stand up. Terry, what up, man? He says, "Yo, Dash." All right. So does anybody else have any? I won't say good questions, but anybody else have any questions for us? I'm not necessarily Jimmy, but Jimmy is just here as a willing participant or unwilling participant.
I'll help where I can, but jump in on the
on the crazy cook. Oh, bruh.
Professor.
Oh,
Where's
man,
Quentin?
listen.
Where's Quentin?
I don't know. He BSing. He BSing.
I see he's hiding around the edges.
Let's see. So Buzz says, I don't even want to hear about rain that got caught out in a thunderstorm a couple nights ago, walking back from a log out store, a liquor store, maybe. Man, he said that was drenched. He said, dude, it sucked. Listen, you can't complain unless you have been halfway home and get caught on a motorcycle in the rain. There is no worse feeling.
Yeah.
There is no worse feeling. And you know what's crazy? Like one of my first times getting caught in the rain on my motorcycle, I had just moved to Maryland, and I was working at a bank at the time. And I was smart, right? I was like, oh, you know what? In my book bag, I kept some plastic. Actually, I take that back. I started keeping plastic bags after I got caught in the rain the first time on the motorcycle. So I'm looking out the window and I'm seeing it, starting to get all dark and stormy. And I'm like, I talked to my manager and I'm like, hey, my manager's name was Quill. And I said, Quill, I need to leave. And he's like, wow, what's up? I'm like, yo, look outside. He's like, okay, it's about to rain. I said, I rode a motorcycle today, Quill. He's like, oh, I guess you don't want to ride in the rain? I said, nah, I've never been caught in the rain before, Quill. I don't want it to be today. I jinxed myself, I guess. So I left, and when I say I was beating feet home, mind you, I only worked like 20 minutes away from I only live about 20 minutes away from where I worked, and 7 minutes into that ride, I got caught in the rain.
You'll say 5 minutes later.
Man.
Yeah.
I got caught in the rain, and then I was like, when you go to your motorcycle safety classes, they always tell you to be careful during the first, let's say, 30 minutes of the rain, because that's when all the oil comes up off of the ground and yada yada blah blah blah. So not only was I petrified of the fresh rain, right, of the fresh soaked roads, I was like, I never really ridden in the rain before, so I didn't know what to expect. Man, I tell you, I was 5 minutes from home, and I finally was just like, all right, what the hell? It is what it is. I'm stuck in the rain. I'm just going to keep on tooling along and just take my time and get home. I was soaked through and through. The front half of my body was soaked through and through. And then where the rain had run down my back, it got into so I was it was, oh man. Wow.
And part of that is later. You're gonna have to clean that bike up.
Well, you know what? Mine wasn't anything to write home about, to be like. But I mean, it wasn't shiny, and it was like it wasn't a whole bunch of paint or chrome on it or anything like that. That wasn't But I mean, still. Look, the Smoking Rat said the rat's here. What up, Smoking Rat? How you doing this evening? Roger said I heard my name mentioned. I was talking about how you were able to discern when I cooked a brisket on the vertical smoker with charcoal and wood versus cooking a brisket on the pellet cooker. I remember you distinctly telling me that you could tell the difference, and it didn't give you and or your sister as much or indigestion from I'm gonna say the thickness of the smoke, but the amount of smoke was lessened, and it was better for you guys. Uncle Steve will never let me live it down about turkey bacon.
Turkey bacon.
Turkey bacon.
Good.
I mean, him and Kent will forever, give me grief about turkey bacon. So let's see. Fat and Happy says, I'm thinking about getting a small grill for things like steak. Yes, indeed. Um, Fat and Happy says, I cook fat side up. This is why I like you. Let's see. Open it up. It won't taste very good in the box. I'm not sure where that was. Quentin said, I wish my fat would render away too. Man, don't we all? Don't we all? He says, oh, this guy's got jokes. No. So I'm the guy on the back of the trash truck. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. So one of my manager and who's one of my best friends, right? I used to have a pair of orange Timbs, and he called them my mom back boots. So I used to wear these Timbs every now and again, and he said, "Oh, you got on your mom backs." I'm like, "What is she talking about?" He said, "You know, you the guy that's like, mom back, mom, come on, mom back, mom back, mom back." So whenever I would dread wearing those boots, but I'm like, every now and again, I was like, "Oh, it matched what I was wearing," or I just wanted to put on those boots. And he's like, "Oh, you got on your mom back boots." He hasn't asked about my mom back boots in a while. But I don't know why I decided to pick this orange shirt when I was like, that'll be a color that I like, and it's not too bad. It is orange. It is in your face orange. So it's one of those things where if you see me wearing this one, that you just know that the black one that I normally wear like 2 or 3 days out of the week is in the washing machine. So I mean, I have a pretty regular uniform. It's either the black hoodie or the black long sleeve t-shirt. And then when the summer comes, I have the my bowling shirts, short sleeve t-shirts. Let's see. Airplane Moose says never cook fat side up, always use foil. So I mean, I use foil as well, but I still cook the briskets fat side up when they're, I'm gonna say naked, but when they're not in the foil pan, and then when I wrap them up in the foil pan, I still keep them fat side up. I found that because of the fact that I'm using a foil pan and it captures more of the juices, the jus and the fat from the brisket, that will not allow that fat to get to a high enough temperature where that will render.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just not conducive to the way I like to cook. So let's see. All right, so Jay says I talking about the weather. He said, "Oh, I know, man. I'm originally from here." Indeed, indeed. Susie says, "I'd like to know what y'all are smoking for Easter. Any tips on smoking a ham?" Go ahead, Jimmy. I'm gonna go get my energy drink, and I'm gonna say I'm still waiting for Quentin to figure out what I'm drinking. So
What?
I did have a jar
What?
next to me, but I moved it.
Susie, watch the Sunday before Easter.
All right. Oh,
That's all I can tell you.
Jimmy's got a plan. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go get my energy drink.
I have 4 videos already lined up. There are a million double smoked, glazed ham, smoked
Old and stiff.
on YouTube. Just take your pick and use your method. Everybody has done a double smoked glazed ham.
Not everybody. I may have done one, but I didn't do a video on it.
I had seen you do one, Dash. Have you
I
not done? Have you not done a glazed ham?
no, I don't think I have.
Well, maybe
Now I'm
not.
a,
With you not doing pork, that I mean,
yeah,
you
but
eat
I
video,
don't
but you don't
I
eat it.
don't do it. But that's just me. Look, I have 3 videos. I did a search for ham, and 2 of them are hamburgers. the other one, the other one is leftover ham and potato soup with kale and carrots. So no, that I have never done a double smoked ham, and for me, my main thing is the ham is already smoked.
Yep,
Why
it is.
why are you
It's,
smoking it again?
it's pre-cooked and smoked. It is. Everybody gets a glaze in though. That's what they're doing. They're doing a
Listen,
glaze coating.
I can reheat that and glorify putting it in the oven. I will usually do that. But I typically do maybe 1 or 2 hams in an entire year. One might be for Thanksgiving and or Christmas, and then the other might be around Easter. But I'm actually going away this Easter, so I'm not going to be home. So I'm not cooking anything. This is the first time in a while, a long time, that I'll be uh, away for Easter. So Steven says he's going to be smoking some ribs for the family for Easter. That's what's up. All right. Quentin says that he's going to be doing a Wagyu brisket. All right. I'm going to have to stop at Quentin's house.
Ooh, yeah, that's a treat.
All right. Fat and Happy says I was on my way to work one, and then it started. I guess one day, and then it started raining. Airplane Moses, where's the best place to find a Wagyu brisket? That is your mileage may vary depending on where you are able to order from. I don't know. I have never been, I'm gonna say, bougie enough to cook a Wagyu brisket, but you can order them online. I know
Pick a
Quentin is
place
pretty
you can
fun.
afford.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Yep.
Whatever your budget will allow.
There you go.
Quentin is pretty fond of a place called Wild Fork as far as ordering meats. Snake River Farms is where a lot of the competition guys get theirs.
Yep.
Is it Creekstone? Is there a Creekstone something or other? They're
Something like
like a Creekstone farm is something that's popping into my head. Porter and York was that company that sponsored me a little. Well, it was technically one of the subscribers sponsored me through Porter and York, and they were like, "All right, we don't really." I guess they didn't like what I was doing, so they never did much of anything else with me. But Porter and York, but um, um, Butcher Box might have something that's Wagyu or higher end. But I'm sure if you just did a search for Wagyu brisket, you would be able to find who could sell you one, and then it's just up to you and how much you could afford, or what you can afford to cook. Let's put it that way.
there are a lot of them, but expect them to get in your pocket.
They're gonna dig deep in your pocket.
They are.
Oh man, let's see. Russ is here. He says, "Hey Dash, hey everybody, hey y'all, what up?" Listen, Russ is right on time. He said, "Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd greatly appreciate it." I know I almost say I don't ask enough sometimes, but if you haven't, please do hit that thumbs up. I again would greatly appreciate it. I'm actually going to use my power of the second channel to go and give myself a like. Oh boy. Hold on, I just all right, so let's do that. Oh well, I'm up to 18 likes. Yeah, buddy. All right, let me go in.
So
I'm listening.
I have one question for tonight.
All right.
I didn't wait on him.
Oh.
But my question is, Quentin, are you going to let me
drink alone?
Kill this entire bottle before you come on? And we did say, now I know you're a busy man, and all of that. But come on, man.
Mhm.
I'm trying to wait on you.
Look, so someone was I guess Quentin was talking about fat melting, and Roger said it's called Ozempic. Oh boy, let's see what she says. Angela said, "Ooh, orange is a nice change from the gray. Typically, it's black that I'm wearing. I
Yep.
usually wear black. I want to say 90, 85, 90% of the time I'm wearing black. I did get a gray hoodie, but that's like my dress hoodie. I'll wear that out for special occasions. But the normal everyday is a black hoodie, a black long sleeve t-shirt. So I just black pants. Yeah. What up, Angelo?
So, Dash, do you have any cooks coming up? You got any
I
orders?
do. Sunday, I have a order for 15 pounds of brisket and 15 pounds of chicken. This is from, oh goodness, from a long time supporter. I won't say customer. I always say supporter. So this girl was when I first started cooking, like way back in 2014, right? Like officially started cooking. Um, she ordered a bunch of food for the Super Bowl, and I ended up having to cook. Now, mind you, this is how long ago it was. When I had two drums, when I was just still cooking in the drums, I had two drums rolling, and I had to cook multiple sessions of food on the drums because I had that many orders for the Super Bowl. Um, and one of the major orders I had was for her. But she will always be one of these people that is probably like under like the first 10 people maybe that ordered decent from me ever. So she always has that when one of those special places like you said I was subscriber number 16 on your channel, Jimmy.
You
You know,
were. You were.
there are some people that I will just never forget. And she is one of those people that I will never forget. And I'm like, so anyway, she called, and when she called, I was like, yo, what up? Because she moved out to LA. And I'm like, yo, what up? But the whole thing is she still has ties to Baltimore. Her husband is a lawyer in Baltimore, but he spends like 50-60% of the time like out there, and then he comes back here for cases and stuff like that for whenever. But anyway, she called, and I'm like, "Yo, what's going on?" I already know. Yeah, I'm saying yes to whatever it is you want. Just like I'm saying yes, right? So she's like, "Hey, my grandson is having, we're having a party for him, and we really want to have some of your food, and my daughter been getting on me about trying to reach out to you." And I'm like, "Oh," and she's like, "Yeah, she on the phone." I'm like, hold up. I'm gonna be like the total dad here, and I gotta say, you could have reached out to me yourself. You didn't have to have your mom call me. Like, I won't bite you. I'm like, I know who you are. You just had to say, "Hey, this is such and such. This is Jay's daughter." Blah blah blah. And I said, I would have taken care of you just like even if your mom wasn't on the phone. She's like, "Well, yeah, I appreciate that, but I still I didn't have your information." I said, "My number has not changed. My Instagram number is information is still the same, and all of that information is still out there on the internet. So if you look up my Instagram, you can find my phone number." So, but anyway, I was like telling her that, but she is they're having a I think the grandson he's got to be 2 or 3, and they're having a party for him, and they're expecting like 100 people or so, and they're like, "All right, we want to get some brisket and some chicken for the adults." So, Misty Omnivore, what's going up, man? What's going on, Russ? Look, the Jeep says my Jeep is orange. All right, like Angela said, "Oh, you say my orange Jeep." What is this? Dash Jimmy just got home from a food vending event. All right. This guy. What'd I say? What'd I say, Jimmy? He said Mr. Cup and Stuff and Mr. Turkey Bacon. Really? That's all I am to you? That's all I am to you? So Quint says pulled ham is to die for. I tried a pulled ham and it didn't work out. It didn't work out. My wife sent me this video and I tried it, and man, it was the biggest damn flop. I was like, what the hell did I do wrong? I was like, nope, don't worry about me trying to do that again right now. Cause I'm scoring. I'm not doing it.
You have to cook one. Cute.
Look. Oh, wait. Hold on 1 second, Jimmy. What is his name today? Hold on. Can we talk about what are we about to talk about? It's April, dog. It's April.
Go for it, Q. Go for it. Don't back up. Go for it. In his meta glasses wide open. Go ahead.
Oh, mine are in the kitchen. Quentin, it's April. Why is the tree still up?
You can't hear me.
Oh, we can hear you.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like you're on the delay.
Well, that's weird.
What was the question?
You all right?
Yeah, we can hear you. You must be on the delay. Are you watching the YouTube stream or the StreamYard stream?
No, this is StreamYard. I can't do YouTube on the. I gotta use StreamYard on a different browser. Remember, this is just StreamYard. I'm on the delay. What the?
No, you all right.
You seem fine now. It just may have been that initial bit.
You all right?
All right, let's do this.
All right.
What are we drinking?
No. That's the wrong brand.
Jimmy, what do you mean do, brother? I can get only what I can get here.
This is the wrong brand. Remember, this is what we said.
I see you have the angels.
You said, I got you. I got you.
I apologize.
It's okay.
I apologize.
It's okay. I'd have been ready for that. It lied on the shelf.
Hold up. Oh boy. Damn it. Do you see this? Do you see this? Hold on. Quint just dropped the dime.
Let me get the
Uh-oh. Q.
That is hilarious.
Man, go hit you hard. Man, go hit you hard.
It's orange too, just like your shirt.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I couldn't do that. That's one I can't get.
You can't get Malort?
Nope. It is
not
anything close.
I was about to say, I know they sell it in that store across the street from the Buc-ee's in Florence.
Yeah, but I'll drive to Buc-ee's in Florence for you, but I ain't going all the way just to go to the liquor store.
Oh my gosh. Look, Russ said, I want to see Dash in sweats jumping up and down with a brisket in each hand raised high in front of the Rocky statue. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. All right, so
does he?
all right, so Quentin says, so for context with the Wagyu brisket, we don't know if it's worth the money, and I spent a damn good penny on it. I can say the Wagyu tri-tip from Snake River Farms was not worth it. It didn't taste like any difference. Yeah. All right, so I'm trying to TJ, what up, man? I'm trying to catch up on the comments before I start drinking and we can just go completely off the rails. Jay said, I miss my catering gigs in Arkansas, man. I'll be making a killing with them with the briskets, I guess he's saying. We have our LSG now. Love the LSG. I wouldn't have wanted to be doing anything down there right now with all the severe weather, but if I'm lucky, maybe a twist will drop in my house with that witch today. Oh man. What up, Johnny? Hold on. Susie said it first. Yes. What's up? Oh, well, at the same time, probably. She said, what's up with the Christmas tree? I can hear now, like, come on, man. It's April.
It's not real.
We can I would hope it's not real, but
it's not really there.
It's not. Oh, that's funny. Like, It's a figment. That is not the Christmas trees you seek.
No, it's not.
All
There's
right.
nothing there.
All right. So let me. I want to say let me honor this, but let me get this. I have a shot glass. There it is. All right. I have a decent shot glass that I've kept over here. I'm gonna go rinse it out and then get the Malort and then sit back down. I'll be right back.
All right, Quentin, it's on you.
Well, here we are, guys. They left me in charge. I'm gonna try pushing some buttons.
Yes, I'm doing a Malort shot. I do need to grab the Malort. Oh my Lord, indeed. All right. I said if I'm gonna do a Malort shot, I had to grab the Malort, and oh my Lord, indeed. Where is
Marlon said he'd be
Marcus?
here. Marlon said he'd be here at 10 o'clock. By the way, he late.
Yeah. You know.
With his big announcement.
So I think I saw what it was. Ooh, buddy. Oh, you know what? I feel like I need to take an indigestion pill right now.
You just have those right there, just ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
I do, because this is where I sit. This is where I work from. This is, I'm gonna say, my office. But you know, when you need things every now and again, it's like, I can't get up, or I'm in a meeting, or I'm doing something. It's right there. Plus, like, sometimes after I drink with y'all at night, in the morning, I just like, I need to take an extra indigestion pill sometimes. Cause woo, fat and happy. Welcome. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right.
All right, so let me get this out the way for Quint. So if you are ready to take a shot, you can take your own shot.
Wait for Jimmy.
I'm just pouring it, damn it.
And Susie, the cook for the team, went really well. They enjoyed everything.
Fat and happy, you got a drink there?
Yep.
Oh boy.
You got a whole
I
drink.
know he got a rum and coke, or is that a whiskey and coke?
That's that bourbon I showed you last time.
Oh, all right. Oh, Texas pecan, brown sugar bourbon. Blackland.
It's pecan.
Pecan.
That's why you from the South.
All right. I'm not from the South.
All
All right. There's my Malort shot.
All right.
Oh my Lord.
Mm-hmm. Woo! Good golly. All right. So that's Fat and Happy. Fat and Happy. Fat and Happy, where are you checking in from? Tell the good people.
Arlington, Texas.
He says, oh, Arlington, Texas.
Yeah, he's in Susie's neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. He around the corner from Susie. Indeed. I'm going to put the lid back on this Malort so I don't accidentally spill it. I'm just going to stick that on the floor. Get that out the way. Man. So how's it going, Fat and Happy? What's going on?
Nothing much. Enjoying my one night off.
Oh, all right. Well, did you schedule your nights off to be on a live stream, or did it just so happen to coincide with that?
Well, if I wasn't working overtime, my nights really is supposed to be off. But as in the past, I have been working on Wednesday nights and Thursday nights. So
okay,
I had the opportunity to switch it up to where I'm switching up to working days. So now I'm working like Thursday morning and Friday morning instead. All
right. That's what's up. Let's see here. All right. Asking ye shall receive.
Oh, look at that.
Marlon.
10 minutes late. You're 10 minutes late.
No, it is literally 10 minutes after 10. I said 10 o'clock, but it ain't like 10:30 and 10:40 and everything else. So I'm not that far off. But I told Dash. I told
Quentin.
Baldy there. I was telling Quentin I had a surprise for everybody.
Wait, Dash, make him big. Make him big.
Make him big.
Yeah.
No, I need Dash real quick because I have
Hold
to
on.
Dash for
I know what you're about to ask me for. I'm already getting it queued up. I be multitasking. So
the suspense is building. The suspense is building.
Roll, please.
Drum roll.
Damn it. This share screen.
Dash.
Go ahead.
Am I allowed to
spit it out, dog?
Okay. Am I allowed to share my first channel being back?
Yes, you are, dude. I already have it queued up. I knew where this was going. So hold on one second. I will see the prop. I was trying to like share the screen and do it at the same time, but because it's not on my computer, I have to share my screen a different way. So I'm going to share screen and select window. Why?
I thought he was gonna reveal like a ham or something.
No, he wants to show you his video. So
he's gonna cut his hair.
Can you guys hear that?
No.
No.
You made a 23-minute video saying I'm back. Lord Jesus.
Oh, sweet dream.
That's not a beard. That's just a goatee.
Well, whatever.
All right, so I don't know if you guys couldn't hear it, and it probably because of the fact that it's trying to be shared from a YouTube video, it might not work out. So what I can do is I can post the link to the video, and you guys will have to go out to Marlon's channel and check it out and watch the video from there. But I have no problem sharing the video and the link. But it's funny because I'm go ahead, Marlon.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I be multitasking when I'm doing these videos. So I had already seen that you had that video and I had it up on like it's one of my tabs. And when you were like, that's a surprise. Okay.
You know what I did post it earlier. I didn't know that you already had it, but just a synopsis of what the video is about is I am for probably until September. I'm thinking I am going to fully landscape the front and backyard.
Okay.
Oh my God, you have no hair in this. Look at the bald Marlon.
Look at the
bald Marlon.
His hair is tied up, I guess.
No. This is the video from 9 years ago. No hair.
Oh. You're not supposed to be going back. See, you're not supposed to be going back to old videos right now.
Marlon, you got 12 videos.
Fired.
You got 12 videos, big dog.
I thought no, sir. Quit. I promise you, I thought I did a video 5 years ago. Because I could have sworn one of my videos when I started growing my dreadlocks.
Your last video before this new one is literally the dreadlock update. The little twisties are in there.
Yeah,
the little twisties.
Oh my God. It was so funny because I was like, how far back was it? And I looked at it and I almost called myself a punk because I'm like, and look how it's coming. See how it's grown? And I'm like, bro.
Those little twisties.
And you gonna get that man great thing, man. Oh man.
Oh, sorry. Miss Foxy, my wife, is actually in the room with me. So
Hello.
Is that the surprise?
Oh, she joining us
Jello,
too?
come say hey.
Yeah, right. She like I would never. I would never. Oh, now she gonna do it just to spite us. She gonna stand right behind the microphone and yell from the back.
Come on, Miss Foxy, say hey.
She's my main channel. She's doing what she's doing right now. She'll say, "No, I'm not gonna say nothing. No,
and then
I'm
be
not
talking.
No, I'm not gonna." And as soon as you hit a topic that she has something to talk about,
she right there.
First of all,
my wife does the same exact thing. The thing about my wife, she will actually join me on the stage though.
She will.
Yes. Miss Dash be out there.
Miss Dash will get right up in there.
She sure will.
With all the jokes.
She throws me right under the bus.
I mean, that's entertaining.
But wait. Which love are you going to introduce her as? If you first love, which love is she going to?
Yeah.
Jimmy, which love? No, going out there. Going out there. If you're going to go all the way out on the limb.
I'm not shot for that one.
First love. First love
let's-
was for both of us. We was each other's first love.
Okay.
Listen, I plead the fifth. Okay, Susie. The fifth. All right. The fifth. So yeah.
We're tired.
He also drinks.
Yeah. So
also drinks
TJ said, Dash, how you feeling tonight? Have you gotten enough rest for this live stream, or can we expect you falling asleep tonight? Damn.
Hilarious.
It's
early. Every 6 months or so, I need to fall asleep on the stream so y'all know I'm real. Okay.
6 months. It ain't been no 6 months.
It was like back-to-back weeks, bro.
It wasn't back-to-back weeks.
So you're telling me 6 months from last
back
week
to back.
is when the clock starts again.
I said about
from last week.
I said about.
And you're not gonna fall asleep for the next 6 months.
Mr. Dash.
I see you.
You know what? I feel like Dash should have put our commentary in that video and not his own commentary. By the way, I just want to put it out there.
What commentary?
When you played the video for us to watch and you fell asleep and we were just talking over the whole thing the whole time, you should just put us in there.
That was fun.
Well, no, the first one we were just black screen. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I showed you a video, and
we showed the video. The screen went black, and he was asleep afterwards.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't that drunk, Susie. All right, look, I'm taking another damn Malort shot. I'm taking another Malort shot. Thank you.
First love.
Where the hell is Marcus to see this? Lou, he said, "What's up, Dash and the fam? Life's been crazy. What's going on, man? Same stuff here, man. Same.
What up, Lou? Lou, how's the school? How's the kids?
Yeah, right. How's school?
How's it all going?
Oh man, dang! I should have branded myself, cousin Dash. Branded myself, cousin Dash on here.
That's really good, Ange. That's really good. First cousin.
Oh yeah. So we've had this discussion. So Angela and I have been discussing what is a first cousin once removed, and like second cousins and all stuff like that since her daughter was born, because we have been trying to definitively figure it out. So that's one of those things. So she sent me something a little while ago where this dude broke it down with a whiteboard and everything, talking about who was who in the family tree. So that's always funny. Listen. So Roger says, "Are you allowed to fall asleep without Laura in the chat?" So Laura is the one that counts my yawns. So yes,
when you've been asleep, by the way.
That's the yawn checker. not the sleep checker.
So I'm sorry. I apologize. Lou Calamatis, I do need to call you by your full government name. I was just trying to keep up with the comments because I know I'm so woefully behind that I didn't say his full government name. And that's like I want to say it is a thing of pride that I can say Lou Calamatis, okay, and I say it correctly. So that's just like I told you.
And many
about
of us do because you can say it.
Oh man. So that's just like, the guy that used to come into my branch when I was working in the bank, Hippocrates Soteropoulos. I'll never forget that man's name.
Wow.
I couldn't spell it. I can't spell it to save my life.
Say that one more time.
Hippocrates Soteropoulos.
Mercy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mercy.
So hold on, let's see.
That's a good one.
Crates. Hippocrates. Soderop.
We call him Tupac for short.
Soteropoulos.
Really?
So let's see. No. Soteropoulos. Oh no. I'm trying to find this man now because I know try without personalization. No. I don't want images.
Didn't I tell you to take out the trash last night?
Me?
Why didn't you take it out?
Ooh.
All right.
You missed it. I cannot believe you missed it, Dash.
Sorry.
Every
Yeah,
time I come in the kitchen, you in.
Look, I want some pig's feet. I want some hog maw. Listen,
I'm sorry. I don't want anybody hog balls.
I don't either. No pig's feet, no hog maw for me either. I'm right there with you, man. Like for real.
No.
But no. So
Down
I was trying to find the dude. Oh, you know what? Let's do this.
Look down here. It's Carolina trotters. They trotters. They're not pig's feet. It's been upclassed to trotters.
Oh, that's what it is. Now,
Yeah,
as
trotters.
a kid, I was
Trotters.
as a kid, I was born and raised partly in Savannah, Georgia. So,
Ooh, okay.
pickle pig feet was my thing.
That's it.
So we'll go to the corner store, probably with $1 and some change, grab a pickle pig feet and a couple pieces of bubble gum and walk back home.
Wait, we said Georgia? Where in Georgia?
Yep. Savannah.
Oh my God, my favorite city.
Been there.
My favorite city.
Are you familiar with Ragdoll Studio in Savannah?
No, but sounding by the name, is that part of the art school that's down there?
Yeah, is that part of the art school?
No, that's a recording studio. I did some work down there. In fact, every weekend for a long time. They do commercial music,
which makes sense because with that art school being there, they do a lot of. Matter of fact, I can't remember. Wasn't Forrest Gump film down there?
It was the bench. The bench is there.
That's right, downtown.
Yep.
Yep.
My favorite city.
All right, I'm sorry. I was trying to go down a rabbit hole and find some more information about the guy I was telling y'all about, Hippocrates Soteropoulos, but I can't seem to spell his name close enough to be able to find him. But that'll plague my mind forever. So now let me catch back up to the comments. Let's see. Lou said the kids are good and school is just crazy busy. Understandably.
Makes sense.
Lou, sorry, Smoking Rat said, I'm Greek. You wouldn't be able to pronounce mine. Hit me with it. I am pretty good at pronunciation. I will sound it out. I've surprised many a folk on this live stream with my ability to pronounce their names.
Throw it at him.
We can try. Roger said
Well, good
a
luck.
friend in high school's last name. So.
Good luck.
Ooh, yeah, I can't pronounce that.
One of those are silent.
Suclaris. Probably Suclaris.
There ain't no way that's not.
Suclaris.
That's close.
Is it? I mean, you know how I say it, Jimmy?
No, that's got to be close. So
yeah, Suclaris.
Nope.
He said nope.
Yeah, that's what I guessed.
It's not close.
Russ said he in a rabbit hole. Yep. Look, I like color greens. I like pig feet. What up? We didn't woke Dave up from his nap. Dave rolled over and he said, "Oh, let me see if they still on. Oh, they still talking. Yeah." Oh man.
I've done that once time before. Got nodded off and was wondering who y'all still on.
And we were.
Yeah.
You better put some damn water on that. Oh, in the cereal.
Yep, it won't hurt you.
Look. Hold on. What did Roger say? That was correct. I said the name correctly.
Oh,
how about that? See, there you
go. Suclaris. It's just a matter of so that's definitely.
That's too much. That's too close to English though. That's not a
the easiest, hardest names are Samoan names, or not Samoan, Hawaiian names. You pronounce every single letter in the name. Like when I was working on the help desk for CHS a long time ago, and this woman called in, and when the name popped up, and I said, "Okay, you're gonna have to help me," and she started cracking up, and I said, "How do you pronounce your name?" And she said, "Let me just give you a hint. Let me give you a cheat code." She said, "If you look at it and you see just like nothing but vowels and consonants, and it's really, really long," she said, "chances are it's Hawaiian." And she said, "Pronounce everything." And I'm like, "Okay." And I tried, and she was like, "You were very close." So
Luke,
she told me.
Luke talking about the dance.
So let me dip into this because of wrestling. Dash, you actually said it correct. No, the Samoan heritage is exactly the same.
Yeah, but
pronounce
every single yes.
The Samoan dynasty in wrestling right now. They're giving you nice names to pronounce because if you try to do their real name,
it's like 26 letters. It's the whole alphabet.
Yeah. It's like 27th generation. So.
What's that one place in Hawaii and it's got like 20 some odd letters in the place and it just doesn't make any sense. It's like 20 some odd letters and there's a specific place and the sign is longer than the number of people in the population.
That's Hawaii?
Hey.
I believe so.
That's Hawaii because I thought it was here.
Smoking Rat says, "All right, I'm gonna look at that and we're gonna pronounce it in a second." He said that's his last name in Greece. His family shortened it to Kotor. All right, so
nope.
Kutrakis.
You gotta let go of English.
No. Yeah, the English one. I'm doing that one first. That's easy. That's Kutrakis, probably.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
What you mean? Okay, he said when his dad migrated to the U.S. So let's see. Katoruakis. So Catonsville, probably.
You're sounding out like it's in English. It's not English.
Yeah, but I bet that I'm close.
I bet you are.
But that cat that KAT could be like pronounced "suh" or something like.
I mean, it could be. All right. So.
Okay, Dan. I'm gonna post something real here. Hold on.
All right.
So.
Kutrakis.
It's in Wales.
was Roger's guess. I mean,
That sounds good though.
it's just
I like that.
that's just the difference between Andrea and Andrea. We all know somebody named Andrea who pronounces their name Andrea, and we all know somebody named Andrea who pronounces their name Andrea, and they spelled the same. So it's just a matter of where you put the inflection on the letters in the name.
Don't we have an Andrea here?
So
Cutracus. See?
So I see Dash. I mean, I see Ken on here. Kent, are you getting ready to start the peppers again this year?
He's funny.
Speaking of peppers, Jimmy, I'm gonna take your recipe.
The sweet hot that he does every year. Dash, you ever been on the list?
No, I have not been on the list.
I haven't either.
I thought he liked us, but I guess he doesn't.
I just.
My parents at home does that same thing. They'll make the hot peppers, or they'll take some seeds and they should grow the hot peppers. Like I think during the spring, where they'll just grow a few of them. Things will be super hot.
I ordered some hot peppers off of that dude that made the hottest pepper one year, and I was afraid to actually grow them.
Carolina Reapers.
Yeah, I was afraid to grow them.
Well, the Carolina Reaper is one of them, but there's a TV show that shows it's supposed to be another one hotter than the Carolina Reaper.
Like the extreme
stuff that doggone hot.
So I will tell you this, right? I had one of those, and I don't remember if it was a Scorpion or Carolina Reaper, but one of them hot ass peppers. I had a little piece of it when I was at work one Sunday. One of the guys who, well, it's his dad who owns the range, but one of the sons is one of the managers at the range at the store I work at, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring in these peppers, blah blah blah." I'm like, "All right, we're gonna take a piece," and I took a piece, and you know how they talk about how fruity the peppers are? It is fruity for all of 30 seconds before it just turns to fire.
Yep.
Fire. I can completely understand. It's like the whole thing is you're chewing it, and then when you take in that external breath of oxygen, that's when you feel the heat. Like it doesn't get hot in your mouth until you open your mouth and take in that. Oh, bruh. Let me tell you. It tasted fruity until it was oxygenated. How about that?
Oxygenated.
Yep, that's right. Pepper.
I tap out whenever it's so hot that when you touch it and it touches your tongue, it burns you up. Nah, I'm good.
But Dad, you had spicy wings for my birthday, and I was out there.
Okay, that right there.
All right.
That's a town in Wales. That's the longest.
Okay. I'm not even trying.
So that's the longest last name?
No, that's a place.
No, that's the longest
name of a city.
That's the longest name for a town in the world.
Yeah.
and nope.
Amazon don't go there. Amazon's like, no, we good.
I bet you Amazon does.
Amazon, they don't go there.
Yo, have you seen that they? Yeah.
From L to H.
You can't even lie and say, look, you can't. If you was Amazon, you can't even lie and say you got lost. Like after you see that many letters,
I can't go there.
You know where you go.
Lou said I had a student named Azaria, and God forbid I pronounce it as Raya. So I would say it's Azaria.
Azariah.
Nope. So it's not Azariah. It's probably Azaria. Yeah. It's probably Azaria. You have to infer when it comes to certain names, but there are some names where you just like, all right, I know I'm about to mess this one up. But I don't know why that is the thing for me, but I know that my mother instilled in me when I was younger that the best thing to someone's the best thing to someone's ears is you say their name correctly. So that's been like a thing I almost say harp on, but I always try to make sure that if you tell me your name, I'm going to call you your name And if I also try not to like, I know David is here, and I'm like, oh, hey Dave, blind man Dave or whatever, but I try to make sure that I say David. Hey, David is here from Blind Man Cooking, blah blah blah. Unless you tell me, hey, I go by Dave. But other than that, yeah.
My daughter-in-law is a middle school teacher, and
Okay.
she had a student a couple of years ago that spelled her first name KA-AH.
All right, so hold on.
I'm checking out. Now I'm checking out.
A
KA-AH.
Nope.
Is that Kadasha?
It exactly is Kadasha.
You can't even put that. You can't even put that in the name thing when you
Kadasha.
Kadasha. No. See now, no, exactly. I agree. Now, my wife's name, for those of you who know my wife's name, her government name is hyphenated, and yeah, and her last name is also hyphenated. Technically, you don't pronounce the hyphen.
This girl did though.
You don't pronounce the hyphen, because technically it would be kahyphena.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't pronounce the hyphen. You just write it on paper. So whenever I spell my wife's name, it's the first two letters hyphen, and I say dash. Well, actually, I say hyphen because people don't know what a hyphen is, and I get apostrophes all the time when people try to write her name.
What?
So yeah, they don't know the difference between a hyphen and an apostrophe. Hyphen is the bar. Apostrophe is the like if you were writing out like a foot, and you put that's a hyphen. That one single slash up in the air, that's a hyphen.
Elementary school. What's the first letter you learned with a hyphen? Apostrophe S.
Oh yeah, yeah. But people don't.
All the way through, it was. Make sure
People don't know what an apostrophe is, dog. People can't spell apostrophe. You expect them to know what an apostrophe is?
It's easier than trying to spell it.
Listen, I probably can't. Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to. Right? There's no.
All right, Kent. Hold on, Kent's got to go to. So let's see. Kent says Pepper X from Ed Curry is the hottest pepper on the planet, over 6 million Scoville. Yes. Yep. Ed Curry is who I ordered the pepper plant seeds from, and I never grew them. I have the seeds somewhere around here, and I just I put them away, and I was afraid to grow them. Kent said he's got to go. He says okay, just bedtime. Y'all take care. See you next week. Kent, you have my address. If you want to send some peppers my way, please and thank you. He said you got to ask. All right, so what is this one now, Marlon?
That is the name of that's the longest name of a town in the U.S. It's in Massachusetts.
Okay, so what was the first one? Because you said is that in the world?
The first one is the longest name in the world.
Oh, okay.
And where was that one? Wales.
That was in Wales. Yes.
So that's this one.
That's Wales.
And then this is the U.S.
That's Massachusetts.
Mm.
And the way they started off is, I would have thought it was in Tennessee.
They can have it.
Yeah, right. So, all right. So there's Jimmy's his daughter. Is it daughter or daughter-in-law?
Daughter-in-law.
All right, his daughter-in-law's student named Kadasha.
Yep.
So let's see. Susie is calling me out.
Whoa. What?
Dash. This is where you missed it, and I just put a capital H. I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure that was probably supposed to be capital K, A dash capital A H. Kadash. I was typing, and I had it backwards. All right, so Susie is calling me out there. Dash, is that why you forgot Fat and Happy's name last week? Oh wait, blame it on alcohol. Yes. So I'm sure. I'm yeah.
He didn't forget. It's the fact that it was the first time learning my name.
No. He did not get into it until
Okay,
he took
so
the light off the top of the jar, and once the top came off the jar, it was on.
Oh,
And
I'm
that's
still
just
looking for a guy
that's
though.
just
I haven't
his
found a guy
guy.
for that type
That's
of
just
drink.
his guy affecting his life again. Tell me,
I mean,
tell me I'm like, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, Dash.
listen. I can either confirm nor deny,
Yeah.
but
Okay. We
but
go with that.
I know that there are times when that top come off the jar, all bets are off.
Well,
All.
we had a light. We had our light stuck to the top of the jar. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
when we saw the light, the
Man,
top came off. The top came off the jar. Yeah.
man.
The top came off the jar, and then it went.
Yeah, when it
It-
comes to names, I
it-
don't need a drink. I'm bad with names. I'm great with faces, but
I am
horrible
too.
with-
yeah,
I can't.
I
life half the time.
I can, but see the thing is, I'm good with people's names who I've met a long time ago.
Yeah.
Which is pretty normal. Like I said, I can. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
You all right?
Hi everyone.
Oh, you can't see you.
Hi everyone.
All right. TSS number 2 just got home from work.
Sound like number 2.
Yeah. Oh, how was your day with your glasses?
Amazing. I love that so much.
Quentin,
You got the same
he got a pair too. Yeah.
TT2, what up, bro?
Yesterday,
Quentin says, he said, "Hey TT, what up?
Hello.
Are you in bed?
I'm with
Look,
you.
He just get under the
I know, right? He's getting under the covers. That's why I said, did you get in bed?
Come on, dog. I'm just laying down.
Oh.
I can't do nothing on this channel.
Is he really getting bad?
Man,
It's on the couch chilling. Y'all don't chill on the couch?
Look.
I'm sitting up.
sitting on the
So-
couch, but I'll be
nobody just
later
Keon.
to sleep.
Yeah, all right. So
Hey, if you can go to sleep on the channel, you can lay down on the couch, right?
You know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
You're
Thank
right.
you.
You're
Okay.
right. Sorry.
I-
You're absolutely right.
look. So it's funny when I see the name is Keon, right?
Yeah.
I remember now. once you're reminded. Now here's the thing. I'm probably going to forget again, and I'm sober today. So I'm going to try to write myself a note like it's this.
I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget.
Look.
You know.
Oh, wait. You know, it's funny. I wrote myself a damn note.
Previously.
Yes.
That's funny. When I first started,
Yeah,
I
the
had
only
a
reason why I added on that on because I knew you
photographer's pad.
wanting to concentrate on having my regular name versus sign on name. That's the only reason why I added that on there. Otherwise, I don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a pop Susie with a rubber band when I see her because she's just instigating.
Somewhere there's a stenographer's pad that's got people's YouTube
Names?
channel name
Oh,
and
yeah.
their first name with it. That when I first started, I had several
It
pages.
takes some doing to remember
It does.
everybody's name.
It
Now,
does.
Quentin and Marlon and Jimmy, you guys have been here for a good 3 or 4 years at least. So you guys are regulars. And then there are people like Lou. His channel name is his name. Yay. Susie's name is is her name. Yay.
So is mine.
Steven. It's his name. It's those other people.
For me, I'm going to create a channel, but it won't be my name. It'll probably be something like Kiki the Gunner. Something of that name.
Listen, I'm completely fine with that. Because even then, I could be like, Kiki, what up?
Look, I will be honest with you. I wait to dash all the such and such barbecue, such and such barbecue, such and such barbecue, and dash. Hey John, hey Fred, hey Eric, and I go, hey Fred, hey John.
I'm the same
I do
way.
the same
I'm
thing.
the same way.
I do the same
Same
thing
way, Marlon. Same
because
way.
I do the same thing when people come in and they start saying hey, and then I see, oh, this is Tim, or that's Larry, or that's this person or that person. I'm like, ooh, who came in last? And then let me figure out who was who, because I can't remember everybody's name, and it's not for lack of trying. It's just that there are 40 or 50 of you guys who come in from time to time, and it's like, oh, KB, like KB's been here, and I just always say KB. And I know there's a different name behind that, but let's see who else is here. Obviously, I know Non-Rider because he's one of my friends in real life. Let's see. Lou, his name is his name. Daddy Dutch, only because I know who Kent is. I have not met him in person, but I know who he is. Buzzed, again, I had to write Buzz's name down for 2 or 3 weeks straight before I remembered that his name is Jay. The Smoking Rat, yeah, don't get me to lying.
And then
Let's
there's
see.
also the case with people with the same name.
True. Not only that, but then we got people here like Russ, who has multiple channels, and he signs in multiple channels on the live stream to help, with the numbers. So I gotta remember not only one channel name, but 2 or sometimes 3. So I mean, I know Angela because she's family. Madwood, that's Terry. Airplane mode, I learned tonight was DJ. So we're gonna write down DJ. Airplane mode. And he chimed in earlier with a great question. Blind Man, of course, so sometimes these usernames, then TJ from New Orleans. What is Susie talking about? Barbecue violence.
Who is Susie? Who is that?
I don't know, right? She's
What?
a figment of our collective imaginations.
No. I thought I saw in the dark with multicolored lights behind her last week.
That's all I saw too.
So let's see. Hold on. Lou says in one of my classes I have 2 Jocelyn's, a Yoselin, a Yanaritza. It's April, and I still confuse them. So Jocelyn, Yoselin, yeah.
Why
So
would
that's
you
probably
name your child-
Yoselin, huh?
Why would you name your child something so close to a freaking?
So you have to remember, and I'm going out on a limb that
It was
Yoselin's parents are Latina.
Yana Rita.
Yeah, as far as gonorrhea.
Exactly. Why would you name your
But-
child?
Okay,
Open
so
up to too many children.
Yana. So listen.
Just open them up to
If
many
I
children.
hold on. I'm playing devil's advocate here. Yana Rita is probably Greek or something else. And that is you got to remember, like, what about like the Asian kid whose name is Dong?
That's
not different. That's not different.
no. That's different. That's Yana Rita. That's so close.
No.
You also got to remember what time frame are you talking about? Because in the 80s, they was naming their kids some of the dumbest, crazy stuff to think of. I done heard Queen Latifah. I done heard the twins named Dewasha and Dedrya. I done heard all of these.
Somebody's named Dewasha, and
Hey, I'll give you one.
Dewasha,
All right, so
Like
it's so funny. So my aunt used to teach, right? And my cousin said that she had a kid named, I guess it's probably Fuck, Fook probably. But I went to school with a guy. His name was Fu, Phu, Fu. And I mean, still Facebook friends with Fu right now. And Fu, Fu reminded me of the little kid from the Indiana Jones movies. Dr. Jones. That was Fu. Like that was Fu.
That's right. You got a good memory.
And I think there was a big trend on naming kids that similar names. Like even for me, my name is Keon, but my younger brother was named Cleavon.
Yeah.
And then my stepmom did the same thing with the girls, Will Etta and Lil Netta.
I tell you what, I put my name, my sister's name is in the chat for my mom.
You're right, Chris.
This is my name.
Yeah. So I mean, I know
name.
obviously we know what Quentin's name is.
And then my other sister's name that you met, Dash.
Okay. So there's a second sister, another sister. All right. So look, Lou said Yaseline and Yana Risa are Latina. That's what I'm saying. It's not about. It's close to a different thing in English. You got to remember that these folks were named with names that aren't English as first. So she pronounced it Tana Reese like the cracker. Tana Ritz. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Tana Ritz.
Oh Lord Jesus.
See, no. Yana Ritz. Yana Ritza. Yana Ritza. Yeah, like the cracker. Oh my God.
Okay,
right.
that's better.
Yeah.
All right, so look, Quentin's name is Quentin. Is it Kirby?
Kirby, that's right.
And then Carmen. I don't even have to look at. That's his sister's name.
It's actually spelled like this. Honestly, it's with the E with the thing over, but I don't have the symbol.
The apostrophe.
Yeah.
No.
It's over the E.
Oh,
it's curved. It's
not
curved.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have that symbol.
I don't know what that. No, you have to find it.
I don't think I have this keyboard.
They made him get an American name. He chose Sam. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then just Carmen. But then again, Quentin, I know how the naming structure, naming convention is with your mom. But one of the things that we talk about this, right? My initials are SAH. My wife's initials are SAH, and my kids are all SAH. So,
wow, yeah, that's damn it. Oh wow, how about
Dash,
that?
Dash, can I say something real quick?
No.
Just really
Has that question ever been answered?
Has it ever been answered any other way?
No, it hasn't been answered since it was brought up a long time ago. Now, we pick on Dash for falling asleep on the show. And
That's
yet
true.
Dash comes week after week after week, even though he know he's going to be bashed the next week for falling asleep on the show, live on air, and we have no problem. Here is the issue that I am having. Angela, where are you? Because you have not shown your face on this show
since she fell asleep
on the show.
Wow.
Ooh. Here, I thought this was
in the comments.
But if you
missiles,
if you remember, that's because Dash still hasn't been to her place yet.
Also true.
Oh,
damn, Jimmy.
Look, I got to take up for my girl.
Way to go, Jimmy. Way to go, Jimmy.
Take up for my girl.
Way to go, Jimmy.
And two brute.
I got to take up for my girl.
If Ange don't hit that caps lock button and start typing, I'm going to get the point.
So what? Maybe at least 3 weeks? 3, maybe 4 weeks?
3 or 4 weeks. Look, and Angela come back. I'm booked and busy.
Booked and busy. See, there you go.
And
there you go.
Come on.
You're welcome, man. No problem.
You know, it's funny. I actually was contemplating trying to reach out to Angela and see if I could go down to her house tonight because the missus is out of town, but I couldn't get down there because I had to pick up taste tester number 3 from school at 5:30, and then my car wasn't charged, so I wouldn't have been able to pick her up, have dinner, and either take her with me all the way to Angela's house because Angela is like 2 hours away. It just wouldn't have worked out as far as timing.
It came to me, brother. It came to me. I'm only an hour and a half.
Well, I mean,
I had dinner. Dinner ready.
What was for dinner, Quentin?
So I made cod.
All right. So taste tester number 3 doesn't eat fish.
Also have animal crackers.
Animal crackers.
PB and J.
I was about to say, do you have some peanut butter with those animal crackers? Can we get some protein with it?
J.
Don't worry,
That's
I got
right.
him. Got him.
So let's see. Eastman says,
Yeah.
Dash, you watch A Regular Gun Guy. I think I do. Let's see.
That
Hey,
was
quick
hilarious.
question.
But
Since
I'm
talking about
listening.
dinner, have y'all ever gotten to the point to where y'all got burnt out or just pretty much tired of cooking the same thing as far as barbecue?
Yes.
Where you're
Yes.
just like, man, I'm tired of running these ribs. I'm tired of this
100%.
running this chicken. I'll cook it, but I'm not going to end up eating it. Type stuff.
100%.
absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. So you know what my motivation is, Keon? I'm sorry. I know a guy named Keon. So Keon, my motivation typically for cooking the same thing is people pay me to cook. That's what prevents me from getting burnt out on stuff 100%. But I tell you, my family will be the first one to tell you, they like, I cook ribs and they're like, oh. I cook brisket and they be like, oh. I cook pulled pork and they're like, again. Like they are sick of it. And I have to take said brisket, pulled pork, ribs, whatever, and I have to do something different with it. Now, the one thing they haven't almost say gotten tired of, but I can cook almost every time, and they're like, oh, yeah, lamb. And then everybody in the house, except for taste tester number 3, when I cook salmon. Even when I cook chicken, they're like, you did chicken wings again? Like, yes, I love some damn chicken wings. I'm gonna keep cooking chicken wings because I like chicken wings. But they be like, again. So Eastwind, I have seen the this regular gun guy. I'm not subscribed to him or anything, but I have seen his channel. But I'm looking right now. He has you know what? I gotta figure out how I can get sponsored by Canik. Like seriously, because I need to get some of these guns like faster than how I'm getting them now, because I have to wait and be patient and buy them with my own money, and But hello, Linda. How you doing?
Snuck up behind me.
She ain't sneak up. If I see her, then there's no way you didn't see her.
Everybody's
I was
sneaking up.
wondering who everybody was waving at. Hello.
See, stop doing other things and keep this screen on.
Yeah, the boss.
She said, look, she did one of these.
It's time.
Yeah.
She said, I'm going to bed. She said, I'm going to bed. You are
the
too.
grandbabies are here too. Tonight.
Oh yeah. Well,
Jimmy, you need to go ahead on, brother. Go ahead on, man.
No.
Go ahead on, man.
Go ahead on. Go ahead on.
Don't be in trouble for us now. Don't be in trouble for us.
I'm busy.
All right, so hold on, let's see. Marlon said, I'm excited about your landscaping videos. You said you were going to redo the front and the back and record it. We don't videotape anything anymore, Susie. I'm glad to see you're still doing it. It's a lot of work. But she's interested. No, it's just record or video.
Susie says hello.
No.
And by the way, I now realize I'm going to have to find a different way to record because, oh my God, the iPhone, that was a lot of work.
Nope.
That was a lot of work to
get yourself a decent camera, Marlon. Buy once, cry once, man. I'm telling you. Lou said that's the main reason.
And the funny thing about it is I'm going to have to find a way to do it, but because I have my laptop and I can take it with me, I have a camera that's portable that I can take with me, and that's what I seem like that I'm going to have to do. And I can actually record.
That's just DaVinci Resolve is probably your answer. That can do everything.
I don't use DaVinci. I use Corel.
No, what's the thing that spins around?
No, that's called the Osmo.
The Osmo.
Half a dozen times, cry half a dozen times. That's about the way that
also
works.
true.
Are you talking about the editing?
No,
the camera.
The camera.
Oh.
So
I've had this portable camera for the longest time, and it's real good, and I can put it on anything.
What's it called? What kind of camera is it? While he thinks about that, hold on. Let me catch up on the comments.
No, I'm not gonna remember because I know if I pull it up on StreamYard itself, it'll tell me because it's been here for years now.
So when you want to do
which one was that, Jimmy? You were holding up?
I have two of these.
That's expensive.
Pull it.
That's the Sony.
Okay.
That's the Sony.
Okay.
Which Sony is that? The HX99 or the RX7? It's on the top.
No, it's not.
Wow.
Or the bottom. I don't know.
Cool.
Should be
Angela,
on the very top.
It's
Angela,
not.
I would have no problem with the GoPro if
Nightly.
I probably find a cheap one because
Yeah, it's right there.
think
I think so. It's on the right side. Really. I think
No,
it might be covered up with the cage you have on it.
it may be. It may be.
Because
I have
oh,
two of
does it?
I have two of these.
So I think that's an RX7,
So
not
we
the
never
RX7.
it does.
Well, because I had one of those.
Like the
The
cars.
screen,
Say,
the screen
but-
flips up in the back, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it flips to the side. So
Ooh,
is that a ZV one?
I think so. I think that's
Okay.
it. I think it's a ZV one.
All right. So
I have two of those.
yeah. So
listen to, I'm sorry, brother. I told you I was gonna forget your name in 5
Keon?
minutes.
Keon. All right.
It's
So
4 letters.
All
I'll
right.
tell
So
you this.
I'm trying to catch up on the
I'm
comments.
just-
Hold on 1 second, Marlon. Stop. Hold on. All right. Goodness gracious. I'm trying to catch up on the comments. So Lou was when y'all were talking about getting burnt out. So Lou said that's the main reason he didn't think he could own a restaurant because he'd be cooking the same thing over and over. And then Lou made a comment and I saw it, but I couldn't actually say it because so he got a Nevea, and a Devea. He said all in one class.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that ain't even fair.
All right. Jimmy, I'm not taking any more Malort shots. I want to say I'm not taking any more Malort shots. I want to say until somebody puts something in the.
Where's the clear?
Okay, so whenever you doing your videos, does it walk you step by step on actually?
Hell no.
Damn.
I mean, I gotta take a class to do videos.
You gotta learn how to do it. Yes.
Damn.
And the thing, Keon, is this: as you're learning, your videos are gonna suck. And as you learn and get better, they get better.
I still get cussed out for my
Ask Jimmy. Yep, ask Jimmy.
I get cussed out for my first ones.
Bro, I'll make you feel so much better. My other channel is more like a news channel. My very first video, I was just sitting there just reading the news, updating the news. For some reason, I left the video of 3, 2, 1,
Okay.
and then today, and I never edited that out. And I refuse to go back and do it now because I don't care.
Yeah, that would be me. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but so here's the thing, Keon. You have to crawl before you can walk. Okay.
I'm still crawling.
And you have to walk before you can run. So that's one of those things where you are going to suck at making, I won't say movies, but videos for YouTube. And you just know that you're going to suck and you're going to make mistakes. I still make mistakes. Like I told you guys, I went to the range today and I wore my glasses that I can get a first person, video of what it is I'm doing. And I forgot to start the video from my glasses. Now, mind you, I had 2 other angles. Okay.
Meta
I had it.
recording.
Okay.
I did that today.
Wait.
The video that I posted today, I did that. I was talking my head off about putting the mini saw together and everything. I was talking. I was sounding real smart. And I looked at the camera. Pause.
You wasn't recording?
Man.
Look, you don't qualify as a content creator
until you have
gone to the dirty clothes basket and pulled that shirt out and reshot a video. Tell me you hadn't done that.
I have not. I have not. I have not.
I can't tell
continuity.
I have
Continuity
watched
be
my,
damned.
I have watched my intro or my outro and gone, oh hell no! I got to
So
pull that shirt back out. To shoot
so to be
No,
fair,
and
Jimmy,
I'll tell you this too. Please don't be paranoid. Because you don't know how many times I sat there and went, did I
is
wear
it
this shirt
recorded? Oh
Did
no,
I wear
I'm not.
this shirt last week?
It doesn't
I'm
matter.
because people think I wear this
Listen,
shirt all week long, and then I do a
listen.
video like
Listen.
it.
I have, and I have plenty of clothes. Okay, but I wear
yeah.
the same things on a daily basis. I
Well,
wear the things that say my business name on them. So majority of my videos are either going to be in my black hoodie, my black long sleeve t-shirt, or this orange t-shirt. There are times when I'm in a Cindy's Hot Shots shirt and I'm like, I might be wearing that shirt. Okay, but guess what? The majority of the time, so Jimmy, I don't have that same problem where I have to dig into dirty clothes because I'm probably still wearing the same,
I,
like I go out, I put my shirt on, or I film a video, I put my shirt on, I come home, I take my shirt off. So it's not like I'm wearing the clothes from sun up to sundown. Dude, I'm sitting around my house in my t-shirt and my suspenders, okay? So I mean, that's it. But I mean,
but that's not what I was saying. It was like I wore this shirt, Goku.
yeah,
I wore that on
over
video.
9,000
So
times.
I have to remember to myself when I do the next live video.
Don't worry about
I
it.
still wear the same Goku video because I
Don't worry about it.
Dude, that's the
And
only
you know
shirt
what's
you
crazy?
got.
I'll say that.
No one cares. Okay, Marlon? No one
I
cares.
know
it just
now,
feels
but
like
when
they
I
do,
first
though,
started
doesn't
off,
it,
it was
Marlon?
like,
It feels like they do.
It's
though.
crazy you
just
say that
Hey,
because I was
Steven.
thinking the same thing before I jumped on live just now. Because last week I had a light blue whatever shirt on, and today I was wearing a similar color shirt.
Peace
I
out,
was like,
Steven.
you know what? I'm gonna change shirts.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the shirt I was wearing was kind of warm, so that's why I was switching to this one.
real
Susie,
quick.
I throw
No
shade
rider.
at Susie every week because Susie
And it-
is a Cowboys fan. So that's why I throw shade at Susie
Terrible.
for no other reason.
Terrible.
Anyway,
No.
To
Come on,
to
Susie.
no rider to no rider
Come
11.
on.
That's
Get in the
Taronda.
light. Come on the video.
that's non-rider.
Right.
I can't say hello to you
Oh,
for a while.
non-rider
So,
11 is
on.
Taronda.
Wait. Oh, I'll have to. Maybe I'm not there at that comment yet.
Angela, I will start looking into a GoPro
Oh.
because I'm really thinking it's a lot.
So
simpler
I would say no GoPro. Look into the Osmo Action 5.
Look into the freaking the GoPro Hero 360.
No.
Your
No.
shirt showed
What do
That's
you
not a
know?
GoPro. So that's the thing. That's not a GoPro. The Hero, it's not a GoPro.
It's
Hero.
sold by. What do you mean it's not a GoPro?
GoPro is a brand. GoPro is like Nike, and the Hero stuff is like Adidas. It's not.
Then
It's
I'm
not.
gonna go with Adidas
What?
because I ain't trying to do Nike.
I have the
I have the 360. It's GoPro.
It's
You
not.
really
It's Insta 360.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the GoPro 360, not whatever
Oh.
you're talking about.
All right. All right.
that.
So
Your
yo.
shirt showed up again.
Do y'all
My
have
shirt?
do y'all have GoPros that are cheap cleats?
So
So-
Marlon, here's the thing. You're going to have to spend some dollars to get a decent camera. If you don't spend some dollars, don't shake your head, Marlon. Listen to me and hear me out.
I'm listening.
You don't look like you're listening. You look
I
like
have
you didn't turn me
I have
off.
3 or 4 I'll give you, but you won't like them.
Listen, and that's exactly it. The whole thing is this: the cheaper the camera is.
I will
All right.
put myself.
All right, so listen to what I'm about to say. The cheaper the camera is, the harder it's going to be to record with and or on them and to do stuff with the video that you get. The better the camera, the easier your video editing experience is going to be. I have that other camera. I bought a $500 Insta 360 camera that I was like, oh man, this should work, and replaced the GoPro that's sitting up on the shelf up here. It sucked. The video the video format was not one that I could work with aside
Yep.
from using their own proprietary software. And I'm like, I'm not learning another software. No.
Oh.
So you get a camera that is a standard-ish camera. Now I have my own bias against GoPro because the GoPro batteries don't last. GoPro camera batteries don't last. I don't know what has happened with GoPro. GoPro batteries don't last. I am all aboard the DJI train. Okay, you can get yourself an older DJI camera, but if it were to me and if I were buying a camera and I'm going to listen to someone who has and does video, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. That is the camera that I have with the tilt head, and it does all of the magic. That's like a $700 camera. It's worth it. It's worth it. The picture quality, yeah, it's worth the picture quality. The fact that I'm recording in 4K. Recording in 4K is not something that you need to do right away, but I am in 4K. Now, mind you, every minute that I am recording, as far as footage, is a gig of data. It is going to take up a absolute fuck ton of space. So if you are not prepared, okay, to handle that, that's another thing. But when you buy it now, you can future-proof and not have to buy it later. I'm going to get this camera, and I'm hopefully going to get 2 or 3 good years of use out of this camera, right? But on the tail end of that, if you don't need to go as sophisticated as the Osmo Pocket 3, there is the DJI Action 5. That is the newest of their action series, which is similar to the GoPro. Hands down, also a fantastic camera. Fantastic. And the good thing about having 2 cameras from the same manufacturer, I don't have to do any sort of color correction. So Jimmy can attest to this. When he was using his Sony camera and then another camera, it would look like one was in black and white, and then this was the other one. It looked like this.
Amen. Amen.
Oh, wow.
And you could tell which camera he was using. He was use his A camera for his talking headshots, and then he would use a different camera for the B-roll. And this is one of those things that I don't talk about, but I notice it. I see it because I edit my own videos, and I know what I'm looking for. The things that turn me, I won't say on, but the things that I'm like, damn, I can appreciate that. Or the things that turn me off, and I'm like, damn, that looks like shit. And I'm telling you, Marlon, start with your iPhone for a while. Get used to editing with the iPhone. It's going to suck. But when you get that better camera, you'll appreciate it. So as opposed to saying, I want to spend $150, $200 on the camera, double it. Double it. Or more. I wanted to say $500 should be the least, like the entry point for a camera, because the cameras nowadays, the technology in the camera versus how much you pay for it, unfortunately, you buy once, cry once.
That's why I have those.
Yeah, I want something that can do both things, like being on the bike and record stuff on that, and then also record my cooks at the same time.
So, and that's the thing, that Action Pocket or Action 5 is going to be one of those cameras that is phenomenal. I have taken video of, like, I have a video when I went to pick up a motorcycle and I stuck that Action 5 on the back of my car, and I rode down the road at, I don't know, however many miles an hour, and that thing was like stable as a lake, a clear lake, right? And also with the Pocket 3, the one with the gimbal on it, I stuck that here. You know what? Why not? I can show you. I'm gonna look for this video file real quick of the video.
Yeah,
and last weekend, so the DJI, it was this DJI. Oh no. Hold on. I gotta find it because I did some moving around of my files, and 28. So we got video. Osmo 3. All right. So give me a second, guys, to
Now with
find
the
this
DJI
video.
cameras, you still live stream with them as well.
You can. So with the Pocket 3 and the Action, you have to just connect it to your computer, and when you connect it to your computer, it gives you the option to say, hey, do you want to start use this as a webcam, is what it says. So you can use it as a webcam, and then in whatever software or whatever it is you're doing to live stream, you just all right. So your browser's having trouble sharing your video. This can happen if the file isn't valid.
It's not. Is it A dash?
One more.
AKASO.
What is that? What is that?
That's not what you was talking about.
No, DJI.
AKASO.
No, I don't know what that is.
I got. Yeah, I don't.
Hold on. Look, I'm gonna go out to Amazon right now, and
I got it. DJ
Action
349
Action Pro 5.
I have DJI
Yes.
3.
Yes.
Drone.
So here's the thing, Marlon. Right now it's on Amazon for $349. That would be the place where I would start. But you can, I want to say also, there is a combo pack, okay? And this combo pack comes with the 64 gig micro SD card. It comes with like some like a cage. It comes with a holster where you can put it like a chest mount rig. So you spend an extra $50 and you can get more stuff with it. It comes with a protective case. So mine, I gotta grab mine. Hold on. So
is that the 487 you talking about?
Hold on 1 second. It's not 487. It's $399. The one that I'm looking at. I gotta find what the hell. Oh, it's in my range bag. My range bag is over there. Hold on. All right. So the pocket. Let me just here. I'm gonna copy this and send it to you, or put it in the chat. Get the link, and I'm gonna say obviously
I got it now. $399. Also Action 5 Pro standard combo, 4-hour battery, 4K video bundle with outdoor.
Yes, but click that link so I can get a couple dollars for clicking the link. All right.
Hey, at least he's awake.
That's true.
Yeah, because he's passionate. He's passionate now, buddy.
All right. Okay, so
look, it's so funny. Wait till you get to Andrew's comment about how he's acting.
All right, what are you saying, Marlon? I'm sorry. All right, so this is the Action 5, right? And right now I have it on a mount that is magnetic. So when I was at the range, I'm able to stick it to the thing right next to me. So this was pointing directly at my pistol as I was doing what I had to do. And I set this one up to run at 120 frames, which means that I can slow it down in post, right?
Yep.
So this was my slow motion camera today, or for today. And I had it filming in 4K. So I don't even really want to know how much data this thing consumed, because yeah.
You about filled the card up though.
You said what now?
You about filled the card up if you.
Oh no, I know better than that, Jimmy. I have a decent size SD card on this one, on all of them actually. Go ahead, Marlon. What were you about to say? So that is.
Oh no, I was going to
so this thing has Wi-Fi too.
Yeah. So you can. So from the
somebody made
app.
a comment that you're awake now, and I say Dash is
passionate.
Uh-oh. Hold up. Damn it. Quentin.
Yeah, passionate. Dash is passionate now, so he's gonna stay awake now.
So
something that he knows.
All right. So this is the other one. Okay, this is the Pocket 3, and this is the one with the gimbal that spins around, and this is the one that's $700.
Wait, it's
But-
spinning around on its own?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
dude. So
Yeah.
so the whole thing is like there's a little teeny screen here.
My co-host has a camera that moves where he.
Yes, I can set this to track my face, and if I start moving, so I can press the button, and now the camera is pointing at me,
Yeah.
or actually it's pointing away from me. But I can set this to track my face, right? So come on, let's see.
What's hell? Now,
Tracking.
now on a bike, and you can just hit a button to make it switch back
Yes.
and forth.
So you see how the thing is moving with me.
I see you.
Yes, and it keeps track. So it's called subject tracking, okay? And it'll track my movements. So I'm gonna try to set it up so that you can see when I'm moving, the head of the camera is moving too. But with the light behind me and everything, it's just kind of hard to
No,
show
I see
that.
it. I see it.
But this is why this one is $700. The other one is $350. This is where I would say recommend you start with, Marlon. Like no less than this. The videos are drop dead simple. You have the ability to connect microphones to these. They're the microphone connection is seamless. Jimmy will tell you setting up a microphone is hard.
Ooh.
Setting up a microphone is hard.
Well, you see
Oh.
this thing
Oh,
poking
yeah.
out of my chest on
Yep.
my videos.
Yep.
See,
Yep.
And this is
Yep.
the
I have
newest,
no
smallest
problem.
microphone. You say you have no problem with audio now until you start recording, and then the audio is for shit. And then you're gonna be like, I thought it sounded better than that. Yep.
Yeah.
It is
Oh, yeah,
frustrating.
crap.
It's
It is.
frustrating.
That video was
It
crap.
is.
That
The
would
audio
make
was
me
crap.
delete a video.
Yes. Or just not post it. Scrap
Look,
the entire videos.
I
So
have
this is the
no
Insta
problem.
360. That's the one that I spent $500 on, and I was mad as hell at this camera. Now, mind you, the back screen flips up, and there's a little screen in the front, and I thought I was going to use this camera more. The thing that I give credit where credit is due. This camera does very good star shots. Like I can set up a star lapse, and it'll do a fantastic job of a star lapse. So if I want to take this and point it out up in the screen, up in the sky, and take a star lapse of the night sky, I have to be somewhere where it's really dark. And this thing is amazing, but that 12-hour, star lapse is going to be like a 5-second video.
Yep.
And then I have to slow it down to make it like do something. But it's cool as hell to see, but it doesn't really do anything. But the Action 5 is the one that I'm telling you, Marlon, this is where you should start. Like hands down. You don't have to shoot in 4K to start, but you should.
I would have,
Like you should.
I have no problem. I have no problem with what you're saying. I just
But
now know that I have to budget for it
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
because you
Yeah.
and Quentin got me hooked on Wild Fork. So
Listen,
that's
not
my
me.
budget.
That was not me. That was not me. I don't
It
do
wasn't
mail
me.
order. Yeah. I will give credit where credit is due. And hold on, I owe Quentin a shot, even though he wasn't here for the second Malort shot. So I feel like I'm one ahead. But I'm gonna take this one right now, and I'm out of chaser. But we are
We won.
full.
I'll
We
take a
won
picture,
ahead of
Dash,
you
'cause
on
I
that
missed
one.
the last.
All right. You good.
We are. Ooh.
Yeah.
I swear, like I feel like that Malort is instant indigestion, man. I can feel it like going down. All right. So Hog said he wears a uniform every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot. I'm gonna have to get me another beer.
Me.
Here's my shot.
So Angela says you don't have to get the latest GoPro to be good. She says she has like a GoPro 7 and it's good. You know why I'm gonna say Angela probably thinks it's good? It's because she doesn't do enough filming with it for it to crap out on her. If you have a camera and it craps out on you more than once, you're over it. You're over it. And if you film videos with the frequency that at least I'm speaking from Jimmy and I, film, when you have a video crap out on you that you work on, like everyone thinks that the hard part is the editing. That's not the hard part. The hard part is the filming, so that you don't have to edit as hard. So it's not as hard to edit. You
100%.
film to your edit, not the other way around.
100%.
Especially if when I'm noticing YouTubers talk about how their cameras overheat or whatever.
Yes. So and this is where I thought Jimmy had the other camera that I had, the RX7. It had a limit on how long it could record a single clip. It was 29 minutes.
Yep.
And what would happen is the video would just the camera would just shut off. And it would do one or two things. Either it would overheat and shut off, or it would stop recording and you'd be in the middle of a sentence and then it's like, damn it, where did I leave off? And if I'm filming in my kitchen, like you guys have seen me film in my kitchen, and I'm filming an hour-long series of me cooking, and I'm like, okay, like Jimmy has been standing at his, in his cook shack where I'm sure he's cooking and he's like, okay, I gotta peel all these shrimp, or I have to do this. And it's like, I'm not going to stop the camera because my hands are in the food. So I just let the camera roll. Right. And then he's like, oh, I'll bring you back when I'm done. Well, that, let's say 15, 20 minutes is crucial to him because now he's got 15, 20 minutes of dead footage. And when he goes to start talking again, the video cuts off or the camera overheats.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it is a pain in the butt when something like that happens. Now, I haven't had the, I won't say unfortunate, but I haven't run these cameras through the summer. Now, I know that last summer I did have an issue with the Osmo Pocket 3. Like, I don't have central air in my house, so I might have air conditioner. But if I'm trying to film a video in my kitchen with me cooking, it's gonna be hot. It could overheat, and that is a real thing that you have to worry about with this camera equipment, that it gets hot and it overheats. And don't be like somebody like Ricer. Ricer's got lights set up everywhere in his studio, which is in his garage, and his stuff overheats too. And he's like, that is a real concern. And it's like, oh, well, how do I battle overheating? I turn a fan on. You turn the fan on, you got noise. Now you got to deal with the noise from the fan. I mean, it is a vicious cycle.
These keyboard rangers that everybody gets on their channel, they have no clue at what you go through to get a video out.
Nope.
No clue.
None. None.
So in a nutshell, there's not like one camera you can just go to just do it all and have a way where you.
No.
I haven't found it yet.
Keon, did you Laura's here. Oh boy. I feel it coming on as soon as I read her name. So Laura says, Keon, what cigar are you smoking?
This one's the Fat Bottom Betty.
Oh, I love Fat Bottom Betties.
Yeah,
I love Fat Bottom Betties.
I like it. It has a sweet taste.
It's flavor. Yes.
I think I actually found my cigar. It's been a while for me because I just kind of started like about 2 years ago. So I just been jumping from cigar to cigar.
I'm not a cigar aficionado either. And my buddy Taj, so we went to, unfortunately, it's been just over a year of a good friend of ours. He passed away, and after he passed away, we had his funeral and everything. We sat and we smoked 2 sticks actually. But he was telling me about this cigar, and they didn't have it at the cigar place where we went. But then he told me the name, and then actually he came down to my house last summer and he brought me 1 or 2 of these Fat Bottom Betters, and I was like, okay, I like this a lot. But he had me try one that was similar to a Fat Bottom Betty, And I was just like, okay, I tried it, and that flavor was definitely better. And again, I'm not a cigar aficionado. I don't really know. I'm like, okay, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with the damn cigar for the most part. But I like the Fat Bottom Betty's, like definitely the flavor cigars. That's where I'm at. So
I like it with the flavor to it.
yeah. What about Marlon? Marlon is the aficionado, and he's probably like, no, it has to be a Cohiba and a Maduro and all of the
I
keywords.
do not like. I do not like flavored cigars, but then again, cigars are like wine. Cigars are like liquor. You like what you like. So
All right.
you stick to what you like. You don't
Yes.
have. I already went through the whole snooty. You can't smoke that cause you cut it wrong. You need to cut it and light it with a cedar plank and everything else. And I'm not joking about that. You light it with a cedar.
Oh yeah, these
I haven't read
folks,
that yet.
Like,
these folks get real up in arms about how. Listen, I'm so basic. I will take my knife, okay, and poke an X in it, and they be like, "What you mean you ain't cut the tip off of your cigar?" and blah blah. I'm like, yo, it works to be able to smoke through it. That's all I'm worried about.
A knife.
Listen,
Yeah, I got
Dude,
a
do
whole
you know how
bunch
many
of
cigars I
mine.
open with my thumbnail?
Oh.
Hey,
I don't have coke nails.
well, I got a cutter.
I have a cutter too somewhere. I have a sick. I don't even know where I got this. It is a basic. Yes, it is that same exact basic cutter.
And I got tired of getting the tobacco in my mouth.
Yeah,
The
I ain't worried about that.
Straight cut is a straight cut.
So
is a V cut,
I've seen the V cut where it puts that little like it makes it look like Pac-Man. Oh, Quentin dropped off. All right, so Susie, let me just I want to say address Susie.
It makes a little eye in it.
So Susie said it's the edit that seems intimidating to me. So Susie, but the thing is this: even though the edit is intimidating, the edit is most liberating because you can make the edit anything you want it to be. There are times when I will mess something up, and when I say mess it up, I will mess something up. And I mean, there's been on my shooting channel, my gun channel, there have been times when I might have a dud or whatever, and I flinch, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna edit that out so I don't look so bad. So, but then I take the edited flinch, and I'll say put in the like the recovery shot of when I overlap it, so it all looks seamless, like I didn't just flinch, right? So there are those things that you can edit in and or out of a video. The only thing is, if you have the footage, you can fix the footage. If you don't have the footage, or I'm filming this thing, but I'm over here looking at this way, you can't make that back up. So just like Jimmy said, where he had to put on the same shirt that he wore when he was filming so he could film an intro or outro, some things you just can't recreate. So yeah. Look, Laura said, that's like my Philly blunts, grape, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and berries. Yeah, those nobody uses those to smoke for cigars. If you know, you know. Nobody uses those for like to smoke as cigars. I don't know anyone that actually uses a Philly blunt to smoke as a cigar. Everybody I know will split that thing open with a fingernail, Marlon, and introduce something else in the interior of that. Definitely.
Let me put it to you this way. If you say, I'm going to get me a cigar, and the first thing they say is, let's go to the grocery store.
Oh, nah.
That ain't it.
Nope. No. What about White Owls?
Grocery
Oh, the
store.
gas station.
White Owl for 2020.
Man, exactly. But that was when you were rolling the top rolling paper. Yeah, top paper. I remember seeing my aunt with some top paper. I'm like, what's this for? She's like, I'm making my cigarettes. I thought you smoke Territons. No, these are my other cigarettes.
1.5.
Yeah. Listen,
what got
look.
me into on cigars was a friend of mine that introduced me to this place called Cigar International. So it's a place where it's a bar that sells cigars as well. That's what it got me into it.
Mm. So yes, I can. Said 2 for flinching. Yes. Yep. I'd be punched. Look, even today, I had a round that hung up, and I said it in the video that I did today. And I, of course, I haven't edited anything yet, but the whole thing is the majority of the ammo that I started shooting with first was ammo I picked up off the floor. So as people were shooting, they're dropping rounds on the floor. I don't say left and right, but they're dropping rounds on the floor, and I pick them up. So I picked up. I had 100, and I shot technically 20 different canics today, and I put 10 rounds in each of them. So I shot 200 rounds, and I bought 4 boxes of ammo, and I only went through half a box of the ammo that I bought. So I picked up over 100 rounds off of the floor, and I had a box of 50. And
It's a lot of cleaning.
I didn't have. Oh, yes, you know it's funny, Jimmy. I said I'm going to keep them all out so that I can do a time lapse video of me cleaning them all. But it's only 10 rounds. Like I don't have to tear everything out completely. But
Yeah.
a lot of these pistols are ones that don't get shot very often. So maybe if I make this a annual thing where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take and run 10 rounds through each of these so I can make sure they function. But I mean, I keep my pistols pretty damn clean anyway. Look, this is when I think about it, I'm like, oh, I need to put some oil in my carry. Okay, it's right here. So
Yeah.
I mean, even if I don't clean it, I'm going to wipe off the ramp, and I'm going to put some oil in the slide. So, all right, let's see here. Jay says no more hanky lanky. Dong needs the rest. Look, I guess. Look, so Laura, we know what Philly blunts are. It's just that in the States, no one actually smokes them with what they come with.
Absolutely not. No.
Nope.
There is absolutely nobody out there saying, let's go get a Philly blunt.
No,
They know
it is Philly blunts is become synonymous with weed smokers. They take the blunt and they split it open, take the original tobacco, the cigar tobacco out, put weed in it, roll it back up, and smoke that. Okay, and then it's gotten to the point now where you can buy just the wrapper and you don't have to take out the tobacco and waste it. There's another one too. Oh, Swisher Sweets. That's another one. They use the Swisher Sweets. So
okay, wait a minute. Now Swisher Sweets are the thin ones. So what was Black and Mild?
I don't black them out. Now that's a cigar people do actually smoke.
Yeah.
You don't cut that one up. But the Black and Mild is what people smoke. I want to say mainstream when they're not smoking something with weed in it.
Yeah, that's not a cigar.
That's what weed smokers smoke when they can't smoke weed. A Black and Mild.
Black and Mild. That's it.
And don't get people to talking about the wood tip versus the plastic tip and man, listen. I'll say I grew up in the hood. I'm not hood, but I know. I didn't have my fair share of Black and Milds. I didn't have my fair share of just Black and Milds because I don't get down with weed. So, but yeah, man. So
jobs I always had, I couldn't get anywhere near it. I couldn't get near CBD.
My weed. I'm not gonna say that I have never tried it because I have, but my weed days are long behind me, boy.
No, I've said when I retire, come by my house. I'll be on the front porch with a rocking chair, with a 40 in one hand and a fatty in the other.
Listen. Look, he gonna be smoking a fat doobie. Go ahead, Jimmy. Let me hear you say, yeah, it's gonna be a fat doobie. He gonna be on the porch with the doobie.
It's gonna be a quarter pounder.
Damn.
Quarter pounder.
He said a quarter pounder. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Listen, I miss that boat because I won't say growing up, but my mom worked at a jail. So she told me she didn't want to see me in her prison. I said, all right. So I didn't get in trouble with the law. I didn't, my friends were stealing cars and doing, smoking weed and stuff like that. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll go this way.
Yep.
Robbing folks, I'll go this way. And then when I got old enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna do some. Nope. The one time I was offered weed, like when I was 17ish, the joint went out, and I was like, okay, that's the sign that I don't need to touch that. So I was like, okay, because I had friends who were weed smokers, and I was just like, nah, that's not for me. And then as I got older, I had a decent job that I had to, do drug tests for, and or could potentially lose my job for smoking weed, right? Because it was a federal crime, yada yada. So I'm like, all right, my entire 20s and 30s, I was not able to smoke weed. And then when weed became more prevalent and medicinal, I was like, oh, all right, you know what? I'm gonna try this out. Man, let me tell you, it wrecked the hell out of me. It was like I had like, let's say I had 2 beers, all right? I smoked, and it took those 2 beers and it like quadrupled it. And I felt like I drank a 12 pack, and I was just like, yo, I don't know what happened. And I'm like, all right, well, that's a fluke, right? That was a fluke. I tried it a second time, same exact result. I was like, all right, you know what? This ain't for me. So then I'm like, all right, I can't smoke the flower. So then I said, okay, well, let me try a gummy. I took a gummy, and let me just tell you, I took a gummy, and I was like, all right, nothing happened. I took more gummy. All right, nothing happened. I took more gummy. All right, I took more gummy. Then something happened. Look, it was one night I took this gummy, and I was sitting here, and I'm like, oh, all of a sudden it hit me like, oh shit, I am high, right? And I'm like, I am almost stumbling high. And I was like, okay, it lasted for an hour or so, and I was like, oh, all right, I'm feeling it come down. I went to sleep, woke up, and was like, oh man, I was expecting some sort of ill. I felt the high coming back on again. It was like each of those times I ate the gummy, the high went up and down, up and down. It was crazy. And I was like, all right, you know what?
Because
I'm
that
good.
first time that you felt that high was the first gummy.
I know.
So late reaction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it was definitely late. But I mean, again.
The last 2 times I had weed. This is why I just oh wow.
Man.
Y'all Craig.
Move it back a little bit, Jimmy. Is there you go.
Damn. The last 2 times I had weed back to back, and I don't know how many weeks or months was between each other. The first time I had it, my whole body vibrated. Now, mind you, I'm pretty sure I didn't look like I was vibrating.
Oh yeah.
Was vibrating. Like I just was to everybody else, I was just like this.
Same.
In my body and my soul.
How you felt? Look,
I'm just like vibrating up the stairs, vibrating in the bed. I'm vibrating so much I could not sleep because it's like the vibration was keeping me up. So that was the first time. So Dash, I understand. I was like, well, that was the first time. Let me try the second time. Let me be the cool uncle and everything. The second time, why I felt like I was having a heart attack. Like my chest, my heart was beating out of my chest. And I'm just laying in. I could not walk up the stairs. I honestly thought I was going to die that day. I sat on the stairs like, I'm not going to make it to the top. There is no way. And then I'll make it to the top, and then I'll fall down, and they'll call it an accident, and it's not an accident. So I finally just willed my way to the bed, and I laid in my bed, and my heart to me was, and my wife came in like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "My heart is racing." She put her hand on my chest like, your heart is barely moving. What are you talking about? Your heart is moving to the pace that you should be asleep.
Yeah.
So, boy, I woke up
So
the next day. I'm done.
nothing happened. So Susie, so let me just try to catch up on the comments because we're behind again as usual. So Susie says, so the zipper and the little, I guess, Yeti, she said she got for her son is real tight. Can anybody recommend an oil to help with that? I thought there had to be a special one for Yeti, but looking on Amazon, all are okay. Do you have like a Yeti cooler? Or is it like a cooler bag or something? If you're saying Yeti,
Yeah, I'm confused because the zipper, and the first thing that pops in my head is zipper lighter, and then the Yeti is the Yeti cooler.
yeah. So XG or EJX says any advice on the pop-up plate sales with no license? It's gonna vary on where you are and what you can do. Because
Yeah.
I mean, there are folks that pop up in Texas and they don't care. But in Maryland, yo, if I put up a table, the police gonna be here, the health department gonna be here, and everybody and their mother gonna be here. And I'm just like, people are like, why don't you set up somewhere? Because I'm not trying to get in trouble. I have an actual decent job. I have stuff that I could lose, and I'm not like it's not like I am the person that has I won't say nothing left, but I have more to lose if I get caught than other people do. So I just don't. So
It depends on city to city and state to state, and I'll give you the loosest one is you can pop up any freaking where you want to. Nobody cares if they're taking a chance in their hands of eating your food. All the way to you actually have to prepare your food in a specialty kitchen.
In the commissary kitchen, yeah. So EJ, where are you?
So it just depends on where you're at.
So let's see, Buzz, and I'm sorry, EJ, because that took me a while to get to that comments. Buzz says, "Wow, DC police would want to lock you up back in the day for trying to buy a dime bag or a dub, and nowadays, you can have it delivered to your door." He said legally. That's crazy.
I don't know who I was talking to about this. It is so funny, especially where I'm at. The police, because and the guy that was telling me whose house I was over, he has a sheriff deputy who's like 2 houses up from him, and the guy literally told him, "As long as you're on your property, I don't care."
Yeah, but so there's the police. It depends on the cop. Because there's some cops that they're like, listen, I have friends, car friends. They're like, listen, if I pull you over, you had to do something egregious because I'm a car guy and I appreciate your loud exhaust or I appreciate you speeding and not being in the way or whatever the case may be. But if I pulled you over, oh, you did something really, really wrong. And then a lot of times they'd be like, if I pulled you over and gave you a ticket, it's on.
Yeah,
like you did something really, really bad. So let's see. I'm trying to understand.
It is the same thing. It's the same thing as marijuana. If you're in your yard, like if you're on your porch with a 40 in your one hand and a doobie in the, chances are they ain't gonna say a freaking word to you. They don't care. If you're out in the yard and yelling at the top of your lungs with all your friends and smoking, come on.
So Laura says someone unalived the person. You had less time in jail, but if you had weed on you, it was life in prison. Damn near. They would throw the book at you for weed. I mean, but if you committed manslaughter or something like that, you'd be all right. Here's a slap on the wrist, and go ahead back home. Don't do it again.
It was the same thing.
You have to remember nowadays.
Oh yeah.
If you roll the window down, it's like Cheech and Chong. Smoke boiling out the window. That is not probable cause to search a vehicle.
I've been riding on the bike sometime and passed by a car and then knocked down halfway.
That has changed.
You don't even have
that's
to roll
coming
your
around.
Down
I would see in 3 to 5 years from now, you will not see weed an issue.
Hey, Grumpus.
Yeah, right, Grumpus. I was trying to put the link, but I copied the wrong link. So we're gonna paste the link. This is the problem. Y'all come in waves, And then it's like, oh, it's damn near midnight, and I've been talking to y'all for 3 hours already, and here come Grumpus, like a whole new, fresh breath of air. So, what up, Grumpus?
But if we're talking about
Come on, Grumpus.
The
You got to say
war on
hello.
drugs.
war, yeah.
Yeah, come on in. The war on drugs, it was the same thing between cocaine and crack.
Yeah.
The
But
amount
those
of
are way
cocaine
different.
to make
Look, the big interest
crack
now is fentanyl.
was
Oh yeah.
darn near the same.
Fentanyl is
How
killing people.
Oh yeah.
I
So much
carry
so it's affecting the
two
healthcare
4
industry
milligrams
as well.
of hits of
Mhm.
Narcan on me every day.
Mm.
And I actually have used both of them. I had one I walked in on at 1 o'clock in the morning. The girl was gray, no pulse, no respiration, no nothing. You would say
What's the point?
DR dead right there. And I hit her one side with the first one, and then the second side with the second one. And when the EMS got there, she got up on her own and got up on the gurney. So, I mean,
It's
weed
it's
is
kind of
nothing these days. There's stuff that takes people out.
it's
That
kind of crazy, Jimmy. I've seen videos of people administering Narcan, and the person that is ODing is upset that you took their high away, and you basically wasted their money, because you
yeah, no
brought them
joke,
back to life.
no
And it's
joke.
like,
That part's
wow,
crazy.
So
these
you
people don't
really
have.
have to realize
it
there
just
should not
and this girl was
there
what we
should
call a
not be a
frequent
drug out
flyer.
there.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was probably the 6th or 7th
There should
time.
not be a drug out there where people have to decide if they're going to give you CPR.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because
but
just
that's
the
the thing,
mouth-to-mouth
Marlon. It's
connection.
not.
Susie,
It's not
Susie,
about
you're
that.
right.
It's
You're right, Susie. DR2.
it's there. Just like addiction is a it's not anything to sneeze about. You know what I mean? Like, there are people, like, addiction is
Bro,
a disease, and sometimes these people just can't control the stuff that they do. And I'm like, I'm not knocking it. I don't understand it, but I'm not going to say, hey, I'm better than you because I don't have an addictive personality. But I know people that have addictive personalities, and there's nothing you can do or say that's going to, I won't say make a difference, but like sometimes there's nothing you can do. They're going to be addicted to what they're going to be
I
addicted to.
don't knock anybody for having a addictive personality because somebody brought it to my attention. I can't believe they're on drugs. That's their problem. Shouldn't get on it. That's something they should have not got on to begin with. That's their problem. Don't you smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day?
Yeah.
That's the same thing, bro. You're addicted to cigarettes.
Look.
So
What's that
who
Bible
you to
verse
judge?
about? Those who live in glass houses. Something about casting the first stone or something like that.
Judge,
I
That.
judge ye that ye be judged.
Yes.
something.
Yeah,
Look,
something like that.
I grew up in the church, and I done forgot more Bible verses than I care to count. But I mean,
Look, I'm pretty sure I butchered that statement, but the concept is don't judge people unless you're willing to be judged yourself.
Yeah.
Let he who is without sin cast the first stone.
There we go.
Yeah, now that one, I think it was in Matthew, maybe. They was wanting to stone this one person. Jesus told him, hey,
Yeah, that was the
you
woman at the well.
No sin, you can cast the first stone. Nobody couldn't because they already sinned.
Yep.
All right, so
Look, at this point in my Bible life, you could say it was the book of LaRonda. I'll agree with you. I don't know what book it was in, and I don't forgot a long time ago.
Yeah, I need to get back into reading, but yeah, if I
was raised a Baptist, so
All right,
Yep.
I most
so
likely could be wrong.
it was John
I was
apparently.
raised a Baptist. I was raised a Baptist. My father-in-law is a pastor. My uncle is a pastor. My aunt is a mother pastor. I got a cousin that's a pastor. No, I got two cousins that's a pastor. So yeah, I'm deep into it. And
Yep, you are exactly right, though. That's John 8:7.
So I
Yep.
see
John
two different.
8:7.
So yeah, 8:7. But when they kept questioning him, he straightened up and said, "If any one of you is without sin, let him be the first to throw a stone at her." But there's story behind and context behind.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about a woman that committing adultery, if I remember correctly.
I know, I
You
know,
are
and it was
exactly
real
right.
short. It was a woman who was. It was if the woman
Yes,
does
so
something back in the day,
so
was
she was so hold
adultery
on
or
one
something like that. it
one
was
second, Marlon. So here's it is. So all right, so John chapter 8, verse 1, it says, but Jesus went to Mount of Olives. 2 says that dawn he appeared again and in the temple courts where all the people gathered around him and they sat down to teach them. The teachers of the law and the Pharisees brought a woman caught in adultery. They made her stand before the group, and 4 said to Jesus, "Teach this woman was caught in the act of adultery." 5, in the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now, what do you say? 6, they were using this question as a trap in order to have a basis for accusing him. 7, but Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger. When they kept questioning him, he straightened up and said, "If any of you is without sin, let him be the first to cast a stone." Again, he stopped, stooped down on the ground. At this, who heard began to go away at one time. The older ones first, only Jesus. And I don't know. I was trying to find the glass house bit, but I don't. I don't know where that comes in.
The glass house is
No, I
just
think that's just
the glass house is a
thing that
fable. It's a
Yeah.
saying.
All right.
Don't,
Well,
It's not
don't
in the
tell
Bible.
you
That's
live
just a
in a
saying.
glass
Don't.
house of that nature.
Yeah, it's just a saying, but it's not in the Bible.
Yeah.
Angie, she said, "Oh, hold on. Let me try to find if there is." She said, "And the big pharma
Welcome to
companies are the
Bible.
biggest pushers out
Welcome to
there."
Bible talk. When we talk about Bible verses.
Well, what now?
I said, "Welcome to the barbecue talk." Where we talk about Bible verses.
Listen, that's my grandfather
Confuse
coming
the
out in me.
hell, confuse the
My
hell
grand
out of everybody.
my grandfather was a Methodist preacher, pastor. So let's see. Big pharma companies are the biggest pushers out there. I've had 14 surgeries in my life, and because of what I was on fentanyl patches as high as 125 milligrams for 13 years. She says several times almost. Wow. Oh, so she said several times she almost lost her life. She said she weaned herself off with the help of medical cannabis to get me through the withdrawal. I've been off the fentanyl for 3 years. That's what's up, Angie. That's so what's up.
Yep.
Cause the funny thing about it, if we're talking about
I
the
agree.
first drug pandemic, it wasn't weed, it was opioids.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that was started by Big Pharma that says there's nothing wrong with it. It's
All right. Susie says good night, Angela. Have a great week. Good night, Susie. Susie is going to bed.
hey, Angela, at least you said good night.
Comrade said, "I opened up a Bible today to read it for the first time. Can I ask a question as I don't understand a part of the first few pages? I believe it's called the Readable Bible. I mean, you can try, Comrade. The first book of the Bible is Genesis, which is, about the creation. I do know that.
That goes
Uh,
on who was born when and how long they lived.
yeah. So,
Well, that's
Angela was
right.
going to bed.
First 2 pages.
Yep. You asked
First
them a
2
lot.
pages is covering what, Monday and Tuesday?
Creation. No,
Yeah.
creation.
Yeah, the creation of the earth. That's like Monday and
Angela was
Tuesday. I
going to
don't
bed.
know how far the two went.
And yeah,
There you go.
There he is.
We can tell the weather is nice. In Fort Worth, he's got on the short sleeve Hawaiian shirt.
Yep.
All right,
Oh,
so
he's next door to me, practically.
yeah, he lives right around the corner from you too. All right, well, good night, Angela. I thought Angela was. Oh, okay, I see it now. She said she's fading, but will stay in for the views. Hit like and subscribe if you're new. See y'all next Wednesday. Yes, indeed. Susie says she's still here.
No, we'll hear from you next Wednesday.
All right, Susie, you're up. So Conrad, okay, so I did read what Conrad said. I came across a part in the Bible where they said Noah started a winery and passed out drunk and naked. His son saw him in the tent and told his brothers. Once Noah woke up, he knew his son saw him and there's some sort, I don't say travesty, but there was something with that. I don't know which one of Noah's sons.
Anyway, so it was to do with him trying to warn everybody.
I can't remember, but the sons did something.
Yeah, well, the son that saw him naked was cast out, I believe.
No, that I don't remember.
Wasn't he? Didn't one of the sons get banished or something? The one that saw him naked, or is it that another parable I'm thinking about?
I think that's another situation because Noah in the Noah's Ark, it's about Noah being known as a drunk, and when he was trying to warn everybody, they didn't believe it.
Yeah, see, and this is the thing. So he said once Noah woke up and he knew his son. He knew his son saw him and he condemned him to slavery. I knew there was something with the fact that one of the sons saw him naked and something happened to him. I thought he was cast out, but he said he condemned him to slavery. I'm not going to tell you I'm a theologist. I grew up listening to and hearing the main stories of the Bible. I'm not the one that knows the intimate intricacies of the Bible. I mean, I could tell you how many books of the Bible there are. If you
there was a portion in the Bible where it talked about Noah planting a vineyard and making wine and becoming drunk, and his son did see him. I don't remember exactly how that ended up, but that is true. That's in there. I do remember seeing it.
So Susie said, I guess the son was ashamed, or was Noah ashamed?
It sounds like Noah would be ashamed in that situation.
Noah would be ashamed.
Yeah.
But the deal is, you got to remember something. As we're talking about laws, rules, regulations that's thousands of years old. So it's not going to make sense to us. I mean, even if we find the answer to say, this is the reason why we do it, we're still going to probably still go, why?
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to see my daddy naked? No. Pretty sure he don't want to see me know that I saw him naked. Pretty sure he's not going to put me in slavery. But if that's the rules
that
of
was
the land back then,
a long time ago.
That was post the flood. So
all right. So let's.
Time ago. But it was after the flood.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, let's changing gears and on a more positive note. Grumpus, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was there during all this, but I don't remember. I'm just here to pass the plate.
The only question I have is, where's your background?
I didn't have.
He just don't have the lights on.
I just got home.
He got some lights on. He got a few.
That's the microphone.
Pardon me?
Yeah,
that's the microphone that you're seeing in the corner. Hold on, look.
Mic's right here. I just quickly set it up.
See, that's the microphone.
You don't have no background.
It's just no light in
I'm
the.
used to that.
Nah.
That's unusual for the
I
Grumpa studio.
in paradise or something.
All right, you got to put a Grumpa studio in there. I tell you what, though, every time I see you, you look better and better and better. You
You know, I
actually,
say that every morning.
yep, you got to feel better and better.
I appreciate
Ah,
That
Oh, shit. I gotta
little
talk.
bump
that
in the
youthful
road you
glow.
had, the bump in the road you had has to be something that was most beneficial to the way you
Re-
feel.
rejuvenating.
Well, I feel I
Absolutely.
gotta say I feel better than I have in years.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
So Laura
That's
says, I love to stay up, but so tired. Good night. Take care. Bye for now. All enjoy the night. So good night,
Laura.
Laura.
Don't leave
Take
us,
care.
Laura.
Oh yes, I won't say you can leave us, but you're not gonna miss
That's
anything. I'm gonna be wrapping this up soon because I too have to get up in the morning.
It is gone past 3 hours. It definitely
Man.
has.
So
Yep.
Susie says the Bible teaches us that even though it was a long
Yeah.
time ago,
Well,
people still went through the
Robin,
same situations that we have today.
I'm sure.
Agreed. I mean, listen, I am no Bible thumper. I am furthest from the most religious person. But I mean, there are things that just can't be explained any other way than to have to believe in someone's telling or retelling of a story. So I want to say it is what it is. So, oh boy,
Well,
hold
I'm
on.
sorry I'm so late.
Hey, don't be. You
When a
had a
wife calls, in the middle of the week and
um,
says let's have a date night, you don't say no.
exactly, definitely. Usually Wednesdays are my date nights. So because we go to Dave and
shoot.
Buster's and
I bet you won't say.
what?
Look,
I missed all that. What do
we
you say?
me and my wife woke up. She's working from home. She's working from home this week. Me and my wife went out to breakfast. She
With
had to
two
go on
X's
to
or just
12
one?
o'clock. So yeah.
With two X's or just one?
What are you talking about?
Breakfast.
Oh, breakfast.
Breakfast. Look,
Keon got it first. There's like breakfast.
if that word could be said because it's southern, because it's late, or because
whatever.
I got booked. I don't know which one.
Whatever.
Breakfast.
Oh man. Like I said.
Nasty, you're breaking.
It's
Man. All right, look.
Okay, then
I
Dash, since
oh
you're on
boy.
that topic.
Damn it.
Hold on, Dash, before we're gonna get off. Promise. Since we're on that topic. The reason
breakfast?
why I got the wild fork, the reason why
Oh,
asked
okay.
no from
I'm listening.
Quentin is because WrestleMania is this month.
It is? Shoot.
And it's a 2-day event, and I wanted prime meat to grill. So the first night is gonna be ribeye. The second night is gonna be prime rib.
I bet I'm working that weekend. It'd be just my luck.
Thank you.
When is
Really? The whole
WrestleMania?
weekend?
I'm not that far. When are we going to do this?
That's a good question.
WrestleMania is what weekend, Marlon?
I'm gonna be so doggone. I'm looking it up now.
If it's this month, let's see. I know I got to work this weekend.
It's in April. No, it's later on this month. I know that much.
I'm about to have the next 3 weeks off. So
must be
April 19th and 20th.
That's over Easter.
Biscuit eater.
Yeah.
Yep,
So,
I gotta work that weekend.
Yeah. So, I got WrestleMania,
visibly
I
upset.
and I got
Yo! Oh my gosh!
Look,
I don't get it. Nope. I don't get it.
Our WrestleMania is your Super Bowl.
No, the
Well,
Super
you-
Bowl is
I'm
the Super
telling you,
Bowl.
our
Yeah, the Super
WrestleMania
Bowl
is your
is the Super Bowl, but for wrestling,
No.
yes. The
Marlon,
WrestleMania
you
is
start
like the
talking
Super
about
Bowl.
cooking, and we start
For
showing
wrestling, yes.
talking about showing up, and you quit talking about cooking.
Even though everything's
Why is
written
that?
out and scripted, it's still the Super Bowl.
You heard that, Marlon? I heard that.
But the deal,
Look,
but
Stop. They don't put it out
the
there.
thing
They don't
about
put
it
it out
is,
themselves.
even though it's
They
rigged and scripted, you don't know what the real and scripted is.
exactly. We don't
You
know
don't
what
know
the
what it
outcome
is.
is, but they already planned it.
Superman is not real. There's
I
not
heard-
a man out there flying
I
in
heard
his
this-
underwear.
I heard this a little while ago, and I don't know, Marlon, you probably have heard me say this before, that wrestling is a men's soap opera.
Look, it don't matter if
I
it's gonna
can't-
start-
I
It's
can't-
just entertainment.
I can't unsee it. I can't unhear that. Wrestling is a grown man's soap opera.
Because even the Undertaker,
Okay, so
he
I'll
brought
tell
that
you
up
this.
too.
There was
How
a
he
manager.
disagrees how
There's
the
a
way
manager
things are
who-
going now versus the way they
All
did
right.
it before.
I think I broke both of them right now. I think I
you
broke
did.
both of them. So
No,
hold on.
I've heard that before, but here's somebody explained it to me. Somebody explained it to me. There's an old manager, Jim Cornette, who's been in this business for a long time, and he'll explain it to you exactly like a soap opera. He says,
Yep.
if there's a wrestler coming in, who are you? Why do I care? No, who are you? What are you doing? And why do I care? Those are the three things that will keep you in business. So it is a soap opera. You could be the biggest, strongest person in the world, but I don't care because I don't care about your storyline because I don't care to spend my money to see you.
Exactly.
Who are you? What are you doing? And why should I care? And wrestling right now is just like that. WrestleMania is so huge that we do care about the storyline to finish it. Now, it has changed over the time because WrestleMania used to be the end of a storyline.
Oh,
They stopped
there
doing
was a
that.
reset?
WrestleMania now is just like
okay.
chapter.
All right.
It's like, it used to be a reset. Like
so
once
let me just
was over, they moved on to a different thing. Now they just like.
All right, so let me just tell Angie. Angie said, "I really enjoyed the conversation tonight. Thanks so much." She says, "Love and light, everyone." Yes, right back at you. On the other side of the state, Angie, definitely appreciate you checking in. So look, yes, I can barbecue. Said it was better without the storylines. So Susie, Angie has been here before. She changed her name.
Yeah, you're talking about Memphis wrestling, which
y'all.
I mean, wrestling. That's yeah. Wrestling.
I'm only familiar with the term because that's how they say it in Kentucky. In Kentucky, they will say wrestling.
Kentucky, Memphis, and everything else where they just beat up each other. It's like, this is the boringest thing I've ever seen in my life. Because again, the middle part was, why should I care? And if I don't care, I don't care.
Anyway, we're going to end this. I don't care. Listen, but just like you going to hear about the Eagles from me, I'm going to hear about wrestling from you.
Oh, you're going to hear about wrestling from me. I'm going to give you
this
highlights and everything.
Go Birds, Susie. That's for Susie. Hold on, wait. Hold on, let me.
And here's the deal. What's that? You got it.
Hey, next year I really think they're going to give it to either the Lions or the Rams on the NFC side, though.
Just you don't even have to. We don't even have to say anything. Just go ahead and read it.
I
go
know
Birds.
what you're saying, but I'm just telling you, there's a good chance they're going to try to flip the script, and it's going to be.
I'm trying to figure out why he muted me.
Oh, because I just was muting y'all together. So Keon, I muted him too. It's nothing personal. We was just I was y'all were doing this, and I was just focused on this right here.
Mute everybody equally.
Yeah,
Philadelphia,
I was just. Oh my god!
with their roster, they'll make a run, but something stupid will happen somewhere in the middle of the season.
Listen, I'm gonna say we're gonna have to see. But look, as an Eagles fan, I do not speak in certainties. You didn't even hear me saying the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl until after we won. All last season, I never said we got this in the bag. I don't
Nobody else
do
believed
that.
it either.
I knew that was coming on the next
Grumpus,
season.
really?
Yeah. when I
Damn,
saw
Grumpus.
And then they got
I
Barkley.
don't know. I did.
The song was already there. And then when Barkley
Dash,
started
I'm sorry,
throwing out,
I did.
All right, Jimmy. Look, we gonna have to.
I literally
We
said if the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl, they
See you
win.
next week, Jimmy.
listen. We gonna have to go ahead on. Good night, everyone, because this is gonna turn into another half an hour. I'm not doing it. I gotta go to sleep.
you do it. You do it.
Me too.
I'm going to bed. Damn it!
Work
No,
going
Y'all
tomorrow.
let me go to bed. I'll
I'm
talk
going
to you
in
guys
tomorrow.
next week. Y'all be
Seeing
easy.
y'all.
Keon, Jimmy, Grumpus, Marlon, thank you for joining us. Susie,
you
good
guys.
night. Yes, I can barbecue. He said, go birds. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, I'm gone. Goodbye.